Welcome back, adventurers, to another episode of D20 Theater. This episode, we have a very special sponsor, Critical Hit Collectibles. This is sad, Sam. I need you to unlock your phone for me to do an announcement about Critical Hit Collectibles.
There it is.
All right. From the depths of Southern California, a new dice company has emerged. Critical Hit Collectibles provides all the dice you could ever need for your dungeoneering or for your TPKs, GMs. They're here with fantastic prices and ready to serve the gaming community with excellent customer service and great deals. This company is the result of two lifelong nerds finally putting their heads together like a medium-sized Eton. JC and TJ are at your beck and call when you're looking to fill your dice bags. Oh, and you will, because each Critical Hit Collectible sets of dice comes with a free dice bag. Check them out at criticalhitcollectibles.com. We'll post that in the chat. And Crit Hit Store on Twitter. Sweet! There you are.
He didn't read the last sentence.
And we'll have those to show next week, right?
Yes.
We will. We'll have them on the show next week, so if you want to see what some of them look like, I believe we're getting some of their bone dice. Is that correct,
Yes,
Sam?
ancient bone polyhedrals. They're on the website. You can see them in the new products section.
They're not made of actual ancient
Of course,
bones,
and of course they're polyhedrals.
Polyhedrals.
Yeah, there's new ancient bones.
New ancient bones.
All right. They'll be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to seeing them. Well, without further ado, let's have another round of character introductions. Starting over here.
Oh, with me.
Someone
I'm.
mute.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. Mute me. That's good.
No, someone mute their stream.
I can hear the
Yeah.
screen.
Well, I'm Nick Brandt, and I'm playing Steam Leechson, the wizard.
Woohoo!
I am playing Vosulai, Wood Elf monk with axes.
I'm Brandon Loera, and I'm playing Farin Cora, Human Warlord.
No, I'll do it
You're
last.
playing all of the guys.
You go ahead.
Okay. I'm Gregory Payton, and I'm playing Thaddeus Pult, a Dwarven Paladin.
And I'm Sam Kress. I'm playing a halfling druid by the name of Osborne Underthorn.
And I'm Colby Sable, and I will be coordinating your adventure tonight as GM.
So are you
Keep
the
your
captain or the
hands and
stewardess?
arms inside the vehicle at all times. Your legs are fine. You can leave them out.
Are you the captain or the stewardess?
Both.
Yes.
Oh yeah. As the GM, I play mini roles.
Who's flying the plane when you're like serving drinks?
Oh, I'm doing that at the same time. That's how GMing works.
That's amazing.
It's the cruising feature in your car.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do. It guides you along
Really?
the way. So turn it on.
Are there to go, well, here we go, and then set.
Alright, well, we apologize again for the late start. This week we had some traffic that was unanticipated. To accommodate that next week and from now on, we'll be starting at 6 p.m. for our stream. And we'll post that on the Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, everything we've got, so that you can remember that for next week. Without further ado, I think we'll get started.
Yeah.
When last we left our heroes.
Dun, 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 dun.
Recap.
Oh, boy. You didn't tell me I was doing the recap.
Oh, I like to
Full mouth.
Oh, okay. Do you want it in like a dramatic Dragon Ball Z?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Vegeta, let's go.
I don't know how to do Vegeta. Are you kidding me? When last we left our heroes, a ragtag group of adventurers were gathered together into one town, the small town of Aberdovey.
Aberdovy's correct.
Aberdovey, the small town of Aberdovey. For various means, two of them were priestesses of various portions of the old faith. There was a silencer in town to be dealing with any magical miscreants. There was a magical miscreant in town to deal in magical miscreantry. And there was a warlord in town to coordinate the town guard and do warlordy stuff. This piece was broken by a horde, perhaps not a horde, an army of orcs, displaying far more military discipline than orcs had previously been able to display at all, ever. It was very weird. And a huge number of them descended upon the town, our heroes scrambling for cover and for a semblance of their wits were able to gather themselves, lead a large number of the villagers to safety, and then deal with a number of the orcs. Thaddeus met their leader in what was clearly a pretty one-sided melee combat and was indeed felled, but did not die. The orc was kind enough to only render him unconscious and then allow everyone else to escape, presumably so they could laugh and call us a bunch of wieners or something.
Oh, nice.
And so then we escaped and have now made plans to head past the dwarven stronghold. Are we going through Thangodadrim?
Yes, Krari's Pass in Thangodadrim.
Right. We're going to go and deal with the dwarves because the alternative was to sail across a piece of water called the Cauldron, which seemed like a bad idea.
Awful.
So we didn't do that one.
All
I
right.
believe we're caught up.
We are. So if you missed last week's episode, feel free to go watch it on YouTube. This one will be posted soon enough. After several days of trudging through the snow.
To trudge.
What's that?
To trudge, a lonely walk of a man who's lost almost everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry.
That's
sorry.
exactly what trudge means. After several days of trudging through the snow, several of the women and children are wearing holes in their boots. The men are complaining loudly, as men tend to do in less than ideal situations.
Don't we know
Man,
that?
right?
So true.
You've been walking for several days, and Krari's Pass is still roughly a week's travel ahead. As you go down the road, you see ahead of you a carriage stopped in the middle of the road, with another one stationed beside it. About a dozen dwarves in uniform are lying on the ground, their blood staining the snow red.
Ooh.
Judging by the number of crows on the scene, the attack happened many hours ago, and the guards are most likely all dead. Nevertheless, you can see a young man with boyish looks desperately trying to help them. You see he's sitting over one of the guards, and he's pounding into his chest, shouting, "Come on now! Get up! Get up! Get up!"
And he's human.
He's human.
I'll go over and put a hand on his shoulder.
As you do so, he jumps for a moment, and as you meet his gaze, you see a deep sadness in his eyes. In spite of his young age, you can tell that the boy has seen more deaths than most, and that each person he's failed to save has left its own scar.
I'm sorry, lad. He's going to be with Lorena.
I thought I could help him. I thought I was here on time. I thought wrong.
Did you see what happened?
I don't know. I didn't. I passed by here and I saw this carriage in the road and I saw the dwarves dead and I thought there was one who was still breathing. I thought I might be able to help him.
I'll begin checking the bodies there, having seen quite a few of these murders like this, and I'll say to the boy, "It would be too easy if we could will the dead back to life, young man. You did what you could."
Is this person
There
that
will be
he's
none of
talking
those
to is dead?
sacrilege, fellow.
Is the person he's talking about dead?
Yes.
Oh
You're
yeah.
safe with
Yeah,
me.
he's definitely
Yeah.
dead.
Okay. Like dead? Or
Like dead, like all the way dead. Like he's not mostly dead. He's all the way dead.
He's
I mean,
all
you can
dead.
see that he's laying there, blood spilling out of his body, and he's got a sort of like deep gouge
Oof.
right on his breastbone, basically.
Would it be a medicine check to see if we could determine what
Yeah, you can do a
what
medicine check.
slew
if you
this
want.
poor fellow? I've just realized I don't have my character sheet out, but that
If
was a
we're
nat
not
19.
proficient, do we?
If you're not proficient, don't bother. Yeah.
Yeah, forget it.
That was a natural 19.
Okay.
So I don't remember what my bonus is because I haven't gotten my sheet out, but a natural 19 seems pretty
All right. It looks like this gouge was caused by something piercing into him and then tearing with great force. The angle of the tear indicates that it must have been something either very far away tearing it out, so perhaps something with long reach, or maybe something high up or low down.
But being ripped out would have been barbed, maybe something. Like
Yeah,
that.
it looks like it was probably barbed.
Ooh, ouch.
do
And
I-
we're currently in the mountains, right?
You're on your way through the mountains. You're
On the
trudging
way
through the
to the
snow and the
mountains.
waste.
Is
yeah.
there a band of is there a particular army that uses barbed weaponry that we might have heard of?
Yeah, I mean, you've heard of you've heard the Outlanders using barbed weaponry. You know that Narwhal is real fond of it. The Orcs have used it before. The Goblins have used it before.
So what?
Yeah.
The savages.
Yeah.
Do we know if there might be goblins through the passage we're about to take?
Not any not any large number. Typically, the Goblins stick to their own territory in the other continent. And then there's the deep goblins that come up for raiding sometimes, but they likely wouldn't be in this area. Now they might be
You don't wanna
further
deal
up
with them.
towards the pass. They are known to fight dwarves very regularly.
Oh, okay.
Did it
Yeah.
look like the dwarves were coming toward us or going away?
It looked like they were headed the same direction that you're going.
Before I roll anything else, I'm going to do my portents for the day.
Oh,
I
that's
don't want to
smart.
mess
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
that.
That's what you
diviner.
got.
So my portents are, as a divination wizard, I get to roll 2 d20s at the start of every day,
Nice.
and those results can be used for any roll throughout the day. So 2 dice, of course, so I get to do that twice a day. But I do have to do that before the roll comes out. So today I rolled a 7 and a 15.
So one good and one.
One good and one bad.
All right.
And now that I've done that, I'd like to investigate the layout of the bodies to see
Okay,
what kind of.
yeah, roll me an investigation check.
That I can do. That's gonna be a 22.
All right,
You can do that.
looking around at this area, you would guess, based on the layout, that there was not just one assailant. It was definitely multiple assailants all at once that attacked this this caravan here.
They weren't
or this
expecting this
escort.
sort of.
They weren't expecting it. It looks like, based on how close they are to the carriage, it looks like they quickly armed themselves, drew their weapons, and tried to fight back. But most of them are very close. There is one place in their line where they've sort of formed a ring around the carriage, and there's one place where they've broken. So it looks like, something might have happened there. But all around the ring, they've got dead dwarves just sort of in a ring to figure
Is
out.
this young man still crying over the body?
He is, yeah. He's sort of standing next to Thaddeus at this point.
I'll kneel down and begin praying for the dwarves.
I'm gonna go over to where that body was, cast Druidcraft to
Okay.
have, you would know this better, to have maybe like a snowy flower. Like
Okay.
a flower that kind of looks like snow. And I'll pluck it and I hand it to him and I said, "Don't worry, he's with the green now."
No, yeah, so as you do so, it sort of forms in your hand. As you press your hand to the snow, it sort of grows up into your palm, and you pluck it and lay it down on it. And the boy looks up to you and he says, well, I don't know anything about that, but it's kind of you.
Quick question. Do these dwarves have clans and stuff?
Yeah, the dwarves, have a, and of course Thaddeus, you would know this, they have a low birth rate of females. And so what they do in order to maintain their lines, the females are placed into rulership positions, and they have a matriarchal society. Whereas a female would take a man as a concubine as like a reward for excellent service. This has two good things that it does. One, it furthers their lines with strong genes, and two, it encourages good work. Because of this, the women in the dwarven cultures, they'll have typically like a litter of babies as opposed to just one child. When they give birth, they'll give birth to 6 to 8 children at a time.
Wow.
On average.
But almost all men.
Almost
There are
all men.
Very few. It's like one
Right.
in 1,000.
It's very low, and what happens is that each time a girl is born, they raise her up until she's ready to go found or rule or replace another ruler, and she goes and either founds a new city or replaces another one. The last born girl. So each time a new girl is born, this position shifts. But the last born girl of any matriarch goes in, and she actually takes over that matriarch's hive or city whenever she passes. So they have basically different clans that are based on the matrilineal progressions.
That's pretty cool. Excuse me, sir. Do you know which way these killers went?
Says they were all gone when I got here. I don't, unfortunately.
And what were you doing here?
Well, I'm an apothecary. My name is Rickard, Aaron Rickard.
Okay.
I was traveling. You see, I just finished my training down south, and I was traveling to the east.
Where?
What do you mean?
Where was your training?
Well, my training was, of course, in a small village, the village of Han. It was to the southeast or southwest
Forgive
of
me.
here.
I worried you'd come from the academy.
Oh no, nothing of that sort. I have no skill with magics. That's to be sure.
Good.
No, I was on my way to the line. You see, yeah, I heard that there was much battle going on there, and well, I thought now that I finished my training, I can go help some of the soldiers there. whether they Canaans or Thrims, all men need healing.
That's some tough work down there.
Yes, it is. But someone has to do it, and I thought it might as well be me.
And you are sure you can handle it?
I don't know, but I've got to make something of my life, haven't I? My father always said that.
Good man. Something of a sad rarity in these times.
I do appreciate your bravery. What do you intend to do now?
I don't know. I had hoped when I met these dwarves, I had heard there were dwarves travelling ahead of me, and I'd hoped if I could catch up to them, they might serve as an escort for me.
Well,
But at least until we reach Thangorodrim, then I could book safe passage to the line.
we are going to Thangorodrim. You may travel with us.
Ah! Well, that's quite good of you.
I'm Thaddeus Polt of the Silencers.
As I said, I'm Erin Rickard. It's good to meet you, Mr. Polt. A silencer.
Yes.
This far to the west.
We go where we are needed.
Wait a minute. He's a silencer.
Mm-hmm.
Nice
Is
to meet you.
He talks
hello.
over the noise more than he acts against.
Oh, I'm Oz Underthorn, at your service.
Well, it's good to meet one of the little folk, Mr. Underthorn. I've not seen many of your people in these parts.
Oh, nor have I, but I tend to stick to the forests.
Oh, well, quite good. Quite good.
And this is our unlikely crew. We've got...
I am esteemed. I did not realize we were doing introductions.
Yeah,
for
we
the
might
young
as well
man.
meet him.
He kind of shakily looks at you and he
Yeah.
says,
Yes, I am a drow. A dark elf, excuse me.
yeah, and in the Christmas universe, drow is not a word that people
It's not a
know,
thing.
but
Yeah.
It's nothing.
I mean,
Stop
foul.
making a reversion. He does say, he says, yes, well, I've heard quite horrifying things about what your people do to their dead.
Most of them are true.
What?
Yes, well,
They enslave them against their will and
Pleasure
drag
to
them out
meet
to the
you.
afterlife.
And you as well. My familiar crawling claw will kind of walk around my.
oh,
Yes.
pleasure.
I sort of put a hand on
He says,
his back.
I have one of those too. And he opens his coat, and you see like a small little raccoon sort of poke its head up. It's like almost a childish raccoon. It pokes its head up,
Pocahontas.
and it sort of sees you. It widens its eyes at the claw, and it jumps out and starts chasing it.
It'll run circles.
That's Barnaby there.
He's the first one, that Barnaby.
Yes, well,
Yes, well,
he's a little scary.
So far, the fellow has been harmless.
yes, well.
You can move
I'm
on
sorry,
to the next
I
one.
try my hardest not to be prejudiced. It's just, my mother used to tell me stories.
No, you're right, Sophia. We practice some sort of forbidden witchcraft. But,
Again,
as
I
I
will
say, so far he has been
assure you,
harmless.
none of your mother's tales were false. You may move on to the next.
Ah,
Please,
please,
enough,
Yeah.
enough, please.
This is another one of a priest of the old, such as myself.
yes, a priest of the black. It looks.
Of course.
Yes, I had a priest of the black in my town. He helped me quite a lot when my father passed.
Oh, I'm sorry for your loss. Take heed in knowing that the black has embraced him with open arms. He's found his peace.
I certainly hope so. And I certainly hope the same for all these men. And he gestures to the dwarves on the ground. Again, his eyes sort of going red as he tears up.
That's sad.
It's pretty
I'm not very good with emotions. I'm used to just like handling the dead people,
Fair enough.
so I sort of like nod
Just a priest of
and I walk over to the
a
dead
robot.
people and I start to like do some burial stuff.
All right.
Are
Whatever
you
that would be.
mummifying them?
Not just like
I don't know what they're talking about.
Pour an oil on 'em.
I am not a priest, but my name is Foreign. Nice
Ah.
to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Foreign.
I deal with tactical strategies when it comes to battle, so
Oh, I see.
You
I
might
will-
need one of those if you're with me.
Well, I certainly hope not. I hope you shall not be any danger to us.
No, of course not.
Oh, good, good.
He's more of a danger to himself.
Ha!
than to the
Well,
Says someone like you. Huh?
yes,
that's what the priest said when I told him where I was headed. In fact, that I was a danger to myself, so we have that in common at least.
I guess so. So, now that we've all met each other, shall we go?
I will tell you. Although I do not know Esteem personally, we have just met not too long ago, but we did fight in battle together. If you're willing to help Thrims and Canaans together, he would be a good start as well.
I suppose you're right.
He's no different.
No, he's not. Certainly, I didn't mean to offend. My friend, I meant no offense.
Why do I feel like I'm being comforted? You're fine, young man.
Just wanted to point that out.
Yeah.
That's all.
That is original.
Shall we go towards wherever? Where are we going?
What if whatever came for them comes for us?
Then it will meet our blades and shields.
They didn't have a tactician.
Tacticianer.
Is it tactician?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Guys, it's tactician. For those of you
I
watching.
play Fire Emblem.
There's an A. It's an A.
He says, but
Tactician?
what if some of them are still alive? Surely we should do something.
If the
Are
dwarves
there?
are still
Are there
alive?
any more dwarves
There are
alive? Is that
no
what you're
dwarves
saying?
here, but you can see that there's a break again in that ring.
What?
Some might have been.
Yeah, and you
Carried
can see
off.
that the carriage door is swung open.
Oh, well, I'm gonna go ahead and make my way. Not. I don't want to say stealthily, because carefully
Okay.
towards this.
Half stealth.
Yeah, I mean, I'm halfway.
It looks like
passively
imminent
stealth.
danger, so we do have some time.
Yeah.
I would hate to leave my kinsmen in the hands of
What is
whoever
happening?
did this.
I just thought that
Trying to
they just didn't have
investigate
enough
the flag.
dwarves to encircle the caravan.
That it was just
I mean, it's possible. It's possible.
Yeah. But I guess survival check to see if there are any tracks or drag marks.
Oh
or
yeah,
something?
sure. Survival
I'd
work.
definitely like to do that. Where's my survival?
A 7. All right.
A 7 on the die and a +0 to the skills.
There's so many tracks.
Yeah, I got nothing.
12 better?
12 is better. As you look around, you're sort of looking around the area, and you can see that there's a trail leading from the carriage of about 3 different creatures headed away. One that looks to be about his size, and then
So pretty short.
and then 2 that look to be about his size, and 3 creatures headed away off to the west of where you are. So a little bit where you came from. You're coming from a bit south or northwest. This is about straight west. You can also see that there to the south is another set of tracks, and this looks to be a larger number of creatures.
How
That
many
looks
are we
like they were
talking?
leaving.
Like a
You're
dozen or
not
so?
really sure, although you know what, you had that really good investigation check. After looking over, once he points that out, you're able to guess that it would probably be a dozen or more medium-sized humanoids.
Quite a few people running through here.
Do they match like the stockiness of the dwarves, or
No, they
No.
don't seem to.
Okay.
They're heavy boot steps, but they don't seem to be as wide as a dwarf's foot.
okay?
As you sort of discuss, Reagan walks up. She's sort of been leading the caravan. She's been as you guys were scouting ahead. She's been sort of leading the caravan, and she
Reagan
comes up,
again is the
is the
commander
captain. Yeah, she's the captain of the guard
of
from
Aberdeen.
Aberdavi. She comes up and she says, "What's all this then?"
These dwarves were attacked by something with barbed weaponry. There appear to be, you said 2 alive who were taken that way. I guess you're towards the west. And-
There's one smaller track and 2 bigger footsteps, sets of footsteps going into the west. So I think 3.
Strange. Are we going to check up on this? I wouldn't want something coming up behind us.
Nor would I. And I would prefer, if it were possible, to save an innocent from. I gesture at the carnage around us and say, this.
She nods and she says, "Yes. Well then, I will treat the wounds of some of those with blisters on their feet, and gather the caravan here. We can wait here. Perhaps we can rig these carriages to work as well. We have a cartwright amongst us. Perhaps we can get
What's
these
a cartwright?
carriages working. A cartwright is a
Works
person
on-
who fixes
Okay,
carts.
cool.
Yeah. Perhaps we can get the cartwright to take a look and get them on their feet for those who work in shifts, for those who struggle with the walking. We'll ring up a defense. I'll speak to Cantos and Adalbert and see what we can do. If we don't hear back from you within the hour, we're going to move on."
I understand.
I would do no less. But I think we will start with the west, right? There's fewer people there. There could be stragglers. They could be in danger. The 12 or so people we saw going to the south, I'm not as worried about.
I agree with that.
Aaron pipes up and he says, and as it were, if you need help with those blisters, well, I might have something for that. And he pulls out a little vial and he says, if I may.
You should stay here with them.
And he nods and he heads off towards to help with Reagan and the others. He says, by the way, as he turns around, he says, I don't expect you to allow me to join your little group for free. I certainly will offer you quite a lot, everything I can.
You are providing your services at the time, yes?
Well, yes, of course.
I think we can make that.
What were you offering?
Well, I have a few potions I thought I might give you.
That's very generous, and we would gladly accept them, but we're not mercenaries.
No.
Or at least I'm not.
It's always nice to meet someone with a kind heart, then. Then I shall save them for those who need them. And he,
We're not trying
Kind of, yeah. What kind of potions are?
Yeah,
What kind of potions are we
Oh,
talking
just
about?
superior.
My character might turn.
he says, well, I have a few
potion
I
of
could spare.
raised dead.
A potion of greater healing, perhaps, or this one. It's a new special treat I've been working on. I just recently perfected it. Watch, a single drop, and he takes a drop and he puts it on his tongue and swallows. He holds out his tongue, and his tongue's invisible now.
Right, well, some of us may be mercenaries after all.
And then he
Unexpected,
says,
yes.
and of course, this one will turn you into one of the very best fire breathers, better than any you see at the circus.
No, I'm not okay with that. Well, you can keep that one. I don't like fire.
Alright, so you want the fire breath potion?
It could be good for warmth, at least.
Alright, anyone want the
I'm gonna
greater
take it.
healing?
I'll take greater healing.
And anyone
I
want
will
invisibility?
absolutely take the
Invisibility?
invisibility. That'll
Alright.
be good for him.
And then he says, and of course for the other two of you, if you like, I don't have any more potions I can spare at the moment. I see there's many who need them, but I do have this, and he holds up a bag of gold.
I'm fine, you can take it.
Well, then I shall save it to make more potions with.
We're a little
Yes, there
greedy.
you are.
A little bit. I'm okay with it.
They are not greedy.
You'll need
We
the
are.
funds for trading with my kinsmen. They are shrewd.
Oh, yeah, I understand. I've heard their companies are quite wealthy and
Well, priests of the green and
Shrewd.
normally
They
get
are.
gifts.
And you will mind
so
the rules.
I'm
when you
okay
deal
with
them.
getting it.
of course I shall. Of course.
It's for your own safety. honestly.
We don't
I
trade
shall not be
gifts
staying
in
with
the
them
cult
long,
of
of
lies.
course. He says, very well, then I shall head to help your fellows, and I shall wait here for you to return.
All right, we will
So,
head off
he moves on.
to the west. I'm mounted. Are you? Well, no. Now
I'm
I am.
mounted. I'm Nick.
But
I would prefer not to ride with Thaddeus, Paul.
I'm gone.
make you nervous a little bit. The
Yeah.
unmage traveling with you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and like that he's a
Yeah, you're gonna jump
Yeah.
on his hoop?
Yeah, I'll jump on his hoofy.
Well,
Most
For
I
those
don't
of you
see
who
one.
don't know what a hoofy is,
Do you want me to go through the story just real quick?
No,
We're-
it's good.
It's super fast.
Just, it's
It's
just
super fast.
Brandon's word.
My
horse.
my sister, she had a lisp when she was little. She saw a horsey and she can't say her R's and S's. And so she's like, "Hey, Brandon, look at that hoofy." And I was like, "Excuse me?" She said hoofy, and so hoofy is hoofy now.
In
Honestly,
fact,
that makes so
Goofy
much
is being
sense.
used for any quadruped in any of the
Oh,
games
yeah,
that Brandon
absolutely.
runs or plays in.
Just true.
Yeah,
If you can ride on it, it's probably a hoofy, whether it's a camel or a large four-legged stork.
I
I think-
don't.
or whatever.
I don't need a horse. I have 45 move speed.
Oh, there you go. Unarmed
Yeah,
group. I
wood-
think
we
wood
had,
elf monks,
uh,
man, they're
monk.
speedy.
Yeah, she's a wood elf monk.
You got more than my hoofy does.
We had
That's
belays,
not
right?
ready,
That were
that's
also
just
Yeah.
regular.
That's just regular
Or
ones.
bullets, belays,
better
whatever
than
that's
that. Belays,
that's
yeah.
what it is.
But that's
Maybe.
dumb. So bullets.
Yeah. So,
We head to the west.
following after the
Into
the
the
three
west.
sets of tracks, you follow the tracks until
There were
eventually.
enough guardsmen to sort of maintain a perimeter for our.
Oh yeah, for sure. That you still had about 7 or so guardsmen remaining. There were 13 originally, and there's about 7 that survived the attack on the town. And yeah, Archie, Reagan, and a couple of the others sort of circled up. They made sure they're keeping watch, and Adalbert and Canto saw as well. Before you left, you saw Adalbert climbing up on top of one of the carriages and just sitting, so you had a good view.
Okay, good. He's a professional who gets stuff done.
Oh yeah. So as you head off, you find yourself, you see there's a trail of blood that starts getting thicker and thicker drops as you head in that direction, until you come to an area where you see the tracks sort of break off, and you see that 2 sets of tracks continue on, and they get farther apart.
As though they were.
Well, no, I mean like each step gets farther
so
apart.
it's not a walk anymore. Now
Right.
It's a frantic.
And then you see that another set of tracks sort of joins here. Sort of 2 sets of tracks that come in from either side, and you can see, and they look like the tracks you saw back there as well that were headed off towards the south. And then you can see that the 1 set of tracks that remained sort of seems to turn around, plant for a moment. It looks as though there was some kind of scuffle, and then that one fled again.
Okay.
And you don't see the body yet. You want to keep going down that direction?
I'd like to poke around the bushes over there.
All right,
See
yeah,
if
there's
there's
some
any-
bushes and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, see if there are any like
Wait, you can't get
disturbed stuff, anything left behind.
Yeah, if you shake the snow off of the leafless branches of winter, you see that there's not really anything that's left here. Although, as you pull around in it, you do find a hand axe.
Oh.
This
Add it
hand
to the
axe, it
arsenal.
has a. It's interesting because it doesn't have a wooden haft like most human hand axes would have. It has a solid iron, like black iron haft, and then a steel blade.
Cool.
Okay. And are there any significant markings on it or anything?
Take it.
Yeah, you see that there's a you see on it a dwarven rune.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking that's not indicative of anything except the dwarves who don't have as much wood as they have metal.
Nah.
Well, death woman.
Ooh, I take it. I do just that too, and then I like.
Do you show it to him so he can?
Oh, sure, yeah. What is? I mean, I've never seen dwarves, so I don't know to do this, but I'll be like, look at my cool axe.
Dwarven script.
Yeah, and the rune is one of the symbols of the House of Marzin. Matriarch Marzin is a matriarch from a bit further to the west, and she lives in she's of actually Cordaldros.
Yeah. So she's a deep dwarf.
Yeah, so she's a deep dwarf. She's from Cordaldros, under the ground, and you can see that this is the symbol of her house. And you see that within the symbol, there's sort of like the runic symbol is sort of a mountain or a hill, and then within it are several white dots with a golden crown sitting at the top of the hill, and each of the white, they're like little stars, and each of the white stars, there look to be about maybe 14 of them. Marzin, you know to be a very old matriarch. She's been around for a very long time.
Yeah. So and they're probably 14-ish
Right.
other
And
houses
you're-
about that age.
Roll for history, because you're from Thangordrim and not Cordaldros.
Yeah. It's a. Well, okay. Was it a 19 on the die?
Ah,
maybe
yeah, so
20 total.
Being
Because I have a
being
plus
a,
one,
you know, a dwarf,
but
and
nothing
even though you're
else.
from Thrimakath, immigrated from Thangordrim, you know a little bit about the
Yeah, my parents didn't lose their history when
Right.
they came to Vermicap.
and in Cordaldros, the way a matriarch marks her house is she marks it with a mountain, and then the gold crown at the top. Well, she has different crowns based on her age. So it starts with a copper crown, and then a silver, and then a
Yeah.
gold. And then for each daughter she has, she puts one silver
And that's
star.
pretty
within-
prestigious.
oh, that's very
14,
prestigious.
that's
14 is a
amazing.
lot. And for each daughter she has, she puts a silver star within the mountain to represent sort of like their new house.
Yeah.
And
it's
you notice as
Warzan?
Marzin.
Okay.
And you notice as well that the 14th star seems to be shining brighter than the others, which you would know to be the symbol of a dwarf princess, so to speak. So a dwarf woman who is not yet of age to be a matriarch would take her mother's house symbol, but take her silver star and make it brighter.
Right.
So this is likely the symbol of one of Marzin's daughters.
House Marzin. It's one of the largest houses of Coraldras. This would be a soldier of one of the major players among the deep dwarves. What are they doing here?
I'm gonna put it
You'll find it to be a
into
very
my
reliable
magic
weapon.
pockets.
If there's anything my kinsmen know how to do, it's how to make
Oh, that means I get another axe.
Are
Do you not
deep
have a
dwarves and surface dwarves, I don't know, do they not like each other?
No, we're friendly enough. We trade. We're not quite the same, I suppose, as a Thremakathi and a Samathi are not.
So they wouldn't do the carnage that was on the...
No.
You also note the boot steps again didn't look as the other boot steps didn't
Right,
look as
we're
wide
not-
as a dwarves.
Yeah, yeah.
No, there's been no imagine a kind of political unrest that would have caused something like this. No, we're looking at something more savage. Outlander, Narween, goblins, orcs.
Goblins, you say? I've never met one. I've only seen orcs.
They're a nuisance.
Yeah, they come in two varieties: the deep ones that are barbarians, and the surface ones that are led by the world's bane.
As you say that, you look over and you see that Barnaby's poking his head up over Esteem's shoulder. It looks like he's tagged along. He's now climbing on Esteem. He's got the crawling claw in his mouth.
Ah!
It seems the silver one
it
has
waits.
taken a liking to my friend here.
And he finally lets it go.
I tried Barnaby.
He doesn't.
It seems that
Right.
Barnaby isn't as prejudiced as its owner.
He takes quite a liking to me, I see.
I go back and look at the tracks that converge together, kind of looking like some sort of ambusher type thing,
Okay.
and I'm going that direction.
All right. Yeah, as you follow the tracks a bit further, you find your way to the edge of a deep ravine, where you can see a dwarven helmet laying on the edge of the ravine, and you see the dust and rocks have been disturbed as though someone fell down into the ravine.
Oh no! Can we look for them?
Well,
have
as
to look
you
for-
enter, you climb towards the edge of the ravine. You guys are right here. You can see
Put us-
a dwarf who looks to have
Cookies.
taken a tumble
No.
and died on the tumble down from bludgeoning damage. And then you can see on the other side of the map,
So we can.
on the other side of the ravine,
Right there.
on the other side of the ravine, you see a dwarf laying flat on his back, arrows piercing him in both the front and back of his body.
Is he still moving, or is he?
He
down?
is not. He
I'm
looks
not.
to be dead as well.
Okay.
You see, as well. We'll use that one for that one. Yeah, we'll use that one there. You see a dwarf girl, likely about 8 years old,
That's
laying
real young.
unconscious next to that dwarf, as though he had died defending her. And across the way, you hear, "Wait! Look there!" And you see that there are orcs on the opposite rise,
What kind of kid, man?
looking down at you.
Go
Roll
away.
for initiative.
Go for initiative
Dude,
beginning.
Thaddeus, nice.
Oh, poopy.
That's great. I need to get out of everyone's way.
So you can continue missing your chill touches.
And
Right on. Yep.
difficult terrain.
You can pass one chill touch. You'd be like 50.
Yeah, I hit that one.
I got him.
Seven
I
for baby.
did it good.
Would I? 4?
Probably a no on it.
Man, I'm having a hard time connecting to anything right now. Like I'm trying
What do you
to
mean?
Try harder,
see
man.
on Twitch and stuff.
He
I
has
just need the
connectivity
Wi-Fi.
issues.
Wi-Fi's in there. It's on the TV. There's a little thing.
Okay.
So you can see this yellow marking shows where you are. Your ravine and the opposite, or your rise and the opposite rise, are both 50 feet up. Each one of these is 10 feet down, and you can see where theirs rise as well.
Oh, okay.
All right. Farin, what'd you get?
5.
5.
Yay.
Osborne.
11.
11. Move that out of the way for a second.
He's about to be standing.
Esteem.
21.
Wow.
21.
Big money.
Nice.
Big money.
UI.
18.
18. And Thaddeus.
15.
15.
Not bad, considering his minus 1 modifier that I've got.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, your goodness.
Do you have the?
Yeah, I have it now.
All right.
Everybody roll a d4 and add it to your initiative.
Yo! Oh, 17. Thank you.
And that's because of
One.
my new warlord ability. Once I hit 3, I believe.
All right. So you have a 17, Thaddeus.
sir.
All right. And so from now on, if he's conscious when you roll initiative and he's there, I think it's just anyone in the party. It doesn't have a range, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. So it's just party members, player characters, basically get to add that D4.
Nice.
Esteem.
25?
Oh, that's
Boom.
good. That'll help you out.
Wow.
All right, UI.
19.
All right. And I got Thaddeus. Farin, what was yours now?
8 altogether.
8 altogether. And Oz, what was yours?
13.
Alright.
Combat leader.
Alright. Well, Steam, you're up first. You can see that there are 2 archers armed similarly to the archers that you saw back in Aberdovey that had the poison. You can also see that there are 3 here that are holding shields and swords, and then you see the one over here that's armed. He's got a rope sort of wrapped around his arm, and he's holding a barbed javelin.
And then
Okay. Well, that
And then
sounds
this
familiar.
guy, this is an orc who seems to be wearing some sort of large bone as shoulders and leg wear. It's like layered scaled bone almost, or maybe petrified scale.
Okay.
And he's wearing that, and he has 2 short like cleavers, and he's wearing several holy symbols around his neck. He has
holy symbols of the orcs.
Yeah, he has like shish
okay.
kebabs of various like offerings,
Okay.
which that's what the orcs do is they take skewers and they skewer several offerings and display them in places.
Yeah.
And one of the things that their holy men will do is create a necklace of these offerings.
Alright, so we've got a cleric on our hands.
Looks like
Or
it.
some.
Yikes.
All right,
Okay.
so Steam, what you want to do?
Well, I see that these are 10 feet each, these drop-offs here.
That's true.
So I don't want to jump down on those.
That's probably
But
smart.
I want to get out of everybody's way. So, because they're going to need to go in there, I can be back here and do okay. But if I step too far back, I'm behind.
And now that you're right at the edge as well, you can see that it looks like the 2 orcs that had been chasing them are dead here and here.
Okay, so there are a couple of... That's something. I think I'm going to start going down this path.
All right.
And I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, my 30 feet of movement.
All right.
And I'm going to, I'm going to dash.
All right.
There you
Let's
are.
see
I'm
it.
going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that way I am out of the way of everybody else.
All right.
And that's going to have to be me for right now.
All right,
At least I'm-
sprinting down the ravine, arrows start flying at you as it is the serpent archer's turns.
Oh, good.
All right. So the 2 archers are each going to unleash shots.
Suck.
One is going for Osborne and one's going for Esteem. So Osborne, that's a 22 to hit
The second one,
You're within
for
range,
8
right?
piercing damage.
the one on me rolls a 7.
Roll a con save. All right. One of them comes rolling towards Esteem. Esteem, it's just like you saw on your vision. You remember seeing this in your crystal ball this morning. As you're running, you expect where the arrow's going to land. You dive to the ground the moment it flies over your head and climb back up and continue running.
Nice.
All too familiar.
And Oz, can I get a con save?
Deja vu.
I'm halfling.
All right.
Oh, you're a stout halfling?
Stout?
No, river. Sorry.
Oh, never mind then.
How does a 17 treat you?
Boom.
17 will treat me well, so you are not poisoned.
Oh, boys.
All right, Eli.
Alright, they're shooting at us?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
I don't have any ranged things, but I am really fast.
Welcome to
like,
my
You are
life.
real
like
fast.
real fast, so I'm just gonna dash
9
90
squares.
feet.
all the way down here.
That's
So
18 squares.
18
Yeah.
squares. Real good.
All right.
You can do that
Yeah,
twice, you know.
UI,
Start the win.
you leap off the
Oh,
first.
does that cost a key point?
1 key point.
I don't want to do that yet.
Oh, wait. To do what?
I was talking about step in the wind.
Oh,
She didn't
well,
do
she didn't do. She
Yeah, I'm
just
just saying she
dashed.
should.
I
Oh,
could.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Is
she.
she still alive?
Yeah, she's
Oh, then-
unconscious though.
Then I'm stepping of the winding.
Oh, stepping of the winding.
That's important. You can skip me.
All right, as you go running down the path, leaping down to the next level, landing with a roll, and you continue on towards the dwarf.
I'm gonna stand, boom, right here, in front of her, and I'm gonna like take those hits if they shoot at her.
Oh boy.
All right, you can see
Oh boy.
You got a free hand, or are you holding 2 axes?
across the way, this dwarf, as you get close to him,
2
the
axes.
dwarf presses a hand to the snow. It looks like he's getting back up.
Yeah.
He stands, grabbing his spear, looks up to the dwarves, and whips his, or to the orcs, and whips his spear around to you. His face now rotted with decay and his eyes whited over.
Oh, that's bad.
Boy,
That's
Oh,
real bad.
Nice.
Behind you, you see another dwarf rising as the orc with the 2 cleavers raises his cleavers in the air and cries out, "Black spirits, be with us now!"
And I look at that dwarf that just like came out of the ground or stood up, I guess, rather, and I'd say, I see you are not worthy of the black. And I'd get my thing ready.
Alright, Thaddeus, you're up.
A horse is a large creature. Can it move down a 10-foot drop?
It can, but it'll also take falling damage. Any creature will take falling damage from falling 10 feet. Now, if it had a reach of 10 feet with its basic attacks, I'd probably say, yeah, it's got a long enough leg to step down. But yeah, horse isn't gonna like that so much.
This ain't Skyrim.
How much you got?
Come on.
My movement with the horse is 40, so I can go 8, so 16 squares because it's gonna dash.
All right, and it's gonna dash. So
It's
you
gonna
still have an
dash.
action.
Indeed,
so
I do.
I love that.
That's good.
Monster manual.
But I'm assuming that my action cannot be dash again.
No, unfortunately it can't. Yeah. Now, I would allow you to do this. I would allow you to slap the horse and try to beat more out of it. If you were to do so, you could take another dash action, but the horse would have to spend one of its hit die, losing health as though it would have regained
Oh,
that.
okay, because I've just pushed it a little bit too hard.
Right. It would be like the end of True Grit, where he pushes it just a little
Yeah,
too
a little
far.
too far. I have nothing to affect us at that kind of range. So I'm actually just gonna take the dodge action.
All right. If you have a javelin, you can throw.
Oh,
it
I can hit
there,
that
yeah.
guy. Then I look down at that guy and say, "I'm sorry, kinsman. It appears you've fallen from grace." And I'm just gonna send one
All
javelin
right.
hurtling towards him for a crit. So
Oh,
thank you.
nice.
That is a good start to the day.
Nice.
And so that is gonna be 14
Ooh,
damage.
nice. All right. Your javelin goes hurtling towards him. He throws his shield up in the way to block the blow, and the javelin tears a chunk through his shield, slamming into him and throwing him backwards into the snow. He's pinned to the ground for a moment before he reaches up, grabs the javelin, and slowly pulls himself up along it until he tears it out of the snow with him, and he's got the javelin sticking half out his back and half out his front, and he comes running towards him.
I
with
draw
his
another
shield at the
javelin. You
ready.
can also see that, like, as combat started, Thaddeus has begun to glow faintly.
All right.
With a weird golden radiance.
All right, Osborne, you're up.
It's battle vigor. It's my face.
Osborne noticing that zombies are about. I'm not sure if he's a fan of that.
Probably not. None of the old faiths would be.
That's true.
Yeah. He goes, "Oh, that's strange."
Crit City.
Looks at his hands. His hands begin to crack and break, and then
Ouch.
his arms begin to break. But it doesn't seem to hurt him. And then he starts turning into this small tree-like being, which is also
How small
known.
we're talking?
How small are we talking?
We're talking
Small or medium?
medium.
Oh, you're bigger.
I'm a medium plant.
You've
I
got-
grew.
All right.
I grew.
The red thing. I took
You
the
All right. Well, we have something for that.
Yeah.
For just such an occasion.
Commercial.
Sorry, we just used it.
Since we have a moment.
Tim, commercial.
Well, while Colby is gone, make sure to check out criticalhitcollectibles.com. Also, their Instagram is Critical Hit Collectibles, CHC. If you want to write that, put ampersand Critical Hit Collectibles CHC. On their Instagram, they're doing this really awesome giveaway. Thank you so much. Where you get a free. Thank you so much. Where you get a free free set of dice if you like their Facebook page. Follow what they're doing, and I believe one more thing, but you gotta go check it out in
There's
order to find
a
out.
mystery third step.
All right, man. That sounds good. I may have to go do that.
Right?
That sounds
Yeah,
pretty
because
awesome.
they just set up their gold, silver, and copper, and their silver with green lettering dice.
All right.
So-
That would have been a better Tomb
Yeah.
of Annihilation
All
dice
right,
set than.
all right.
Yeah,
What we
the
actually
actual
got.
Tomb of Annihilation dice set.
But
that
anyway-
said, the new DM screen is fantastic.
Yeah, it's really cool. Just good.
All right, Osborne. So
I-
you start to crack and turn into this plant creature.
Yes, I turn into what's called a needle blight.
Oh, here we
So-
go.
Oh, buddy.
Just gonna spit some needles at people.
I turn into this needle blight and begin slowly walking down one step at a time down the 10
All
foot.
right.
Let's go. I have a speed of 30 feet now.
You're gonna just.
So you're just gonna hop down?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah, you don't care.
I don't care.
You've got essentially temp HP.
That's true. All right. So for the
Bonus.
first one you come down, you're jumping down. Show me where you're stopping.
I'm going 30 feet. I'm
Alright.
climbing
Oh.
down 30 feet.
Are you trying to climb or
I'm
just
climbing.
jumping? All right. If you're
Climbing.
climbing, roll me an athletics check, and you
Okay.
can only move at half your speed.
Do you have a climb
It's going
speed as a needle
10
blight?
down.
No, I do not.
Okay, 10 and then,
Yeah.
right? right? 5 or 10,
Yeah,
5,
you said
10, 5.
Athletics, you said, right?
Athletics.
But you use the blights.
Blight's athletics.
Aha, so 12.
That's still good.
12. All right, so you do successfully make it down the first level
Mhm.
and forward 1, so you're like on the edge of that first level.
Mhm.
However, that'll be 15 feet, which is half your move.
Mhm.
And when climbing, unless you have a climb speed, you can only go half your move.
How
speed.
far is that zombie dwarf below us?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25 diagonally, and then down he's 10, 20,
So-
30.
So
I-
let's see.
I can hit him,
Like,
yeah.
like
okay.
35 feet. Yeah.
So, I point my finger towards him, and then almost by spell-like quality, a green mist pops out, and my finger launches straight towards
All right.
straight towards the
Detachable finger.
dwarf.
In the thing.
Sorry, I don't know why I didn't do it in the box. 17 versus AC.
All right, as it goes flying towards him, the dwarf lowers his shield right in front of his face and catches the arrow on his shield. Oh yeah, these dwarves,
Wait.
they're very fresh zombies with
Would
full
I use
plate
my
mail and
spell?
shields.
No, it's whatever its attack
Okay,
bonus is.
then I
All right, so
Shame.
the arrow goes whistling towards it, or the needle goes whistling towards him and slams into his shield, and he starts walking towards you
my
again.
finger regrows back.
All right.
Vines just
You
made
need to
it
force
back.
Fine.
dex saves or something out of these. folks.
How widespread, well known is necromancy? I'm assuming
It's very well known. The Fallows especially use it in their everyday lives. It's very widely hated outside of Fallow.
Yeah, it's super bad news.
Don't use this as an example. This is the shoddy work of a subhuman race.
Hey, Steve. Does this remind you of home?
Wish it were so, human.
You should what?
I wish it were so.
Oh.
Then he called you a human. What a
well, interesting.
rude.
It's not really rude.
It's
not
It's just
derogatory.
descriptive.
It's just the
Yeah,
case.
it's true.
He's a human.
I'm gonna dash with my hoofy.
All right.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 55, 60. Oh, I'm just right behind Greg. Cause he
Right
didn't
on.
see-
Yeah, that makes sense because you have the same speed. Yeah.
I'm sorry. And then I.
You're just counting deliberately.
You know,
There we go.
I should have
I'm
just
very fast.
had that ready.
You guys are on horses. and
I am
Right.
going to
You're cheating now.
take my longbow out,
All right.
That's what I did.
and take a shot at zombie dude.
All right. Yeah.
Sandy
As you
dude.
ride along your horse, you pull back your arrow and take a shot.
Landon, draw back your bow.
Not so much.
Nah, that's a. Hold up, let me see.
I don't reckon. Like a 16
5.
didn't hit.
Oh man. Yeah. So again, as you move forward, your arrow flies from your grip, goes straight towards him, and this time he just turns his cheek as the arrow slams into his helmet.
I look at the longbow and I say, I want to throw you. And that's all I can really do.
All right.
What harsh criticism.
That's gonna get us to this orc
Just
here,
don't
the
tell
one
me
with the barbed javelin. You'll notice the one without the shield is the one that has the barbed javelin. And
Kill that
he
guy.
is going to. Oh, in fact, he sees that Boss is right there.
I am.
Uh-oh.
Come for me.
It's his range here.
He's
All right,
about to make a ranged weapon attack against a monk.
that's true. Well, kind of. So he chunks his javelin at you. And what is your?
It's a ranged weapon attack.
Yeah, I mean it is, but it's
Yeah.
kind of not.
It's kind of weird. Yeah.
It's actually a melee weapon attack with an insane reach,
Oh.
and you'll see why.
Oh,
What's
so
your
it's,
AC?
it's just the heck with you, monks.
15.
Never mind, it doesn't matter. You roll a 24.
Oh, bummer. Oh,
I
bummer.
assume it's not that.
Oh, bummer.
All right.
Actually,
Oh.
it's exactly 24.
For 10 piercing damage.
We're okay. We're okay.
All right.
I could potentially.
You are
dodge that
grappled.
if I
What?
had
As you
something
can
up
see
and
that
shielded.
this javelin is tied to the rope that was wrapped around his arm, and he starts pulling you.
Oh, snap.
Oh, good. That's probably what you wanted.
Oh, this was the barbed javelin.
He starts pulling you past that tree towards him. Then he takes one of his daggers out. He's yanking this rope back. He holds onto
Sure.
it as he wraps it around one of his arms, pulls out a dagger, and chunks it your direction. And that is going to be an 18 to hit
Another one?
for
Yeah.
6 piercing damage.
Wait, what happened? Oh, he did another
He
thing?
threw a dagger as he's yanking her along. He holds onto it, takes his dagger out, and flicks it at you.
Yoinks.
Nice. Level 3.
All right, guys. Be faster.
Stop
over there?
splitting the party on purpose.
They're gonna try and kill this lady. That's important.
You
She's
can
a dwarf
see-
woman.
Yeah,
it's probably
You can see that the
That's
3
really
footmen
important.
Yeah.
all start heading down here. One of them grabs onto the dwarf lady, the princess, lifts her up over
Spoilers.
his shoulders, and
Breaks her back.
turns around, and he's about to start running. The other 2 are going to step right there. They're going to take the dodge action as they post up in that spot, waiting for you to approach closer. Alright, that makes it the zombies' turns.
Is the dwarf princess gonna try to kick that zombie?
He's unconscious.
Oh.
Quick
Or she
question.
is.
Mounted combatant, does that work for longbows too, as far as advantage goes?
I think it's melee attacks.
Okay.
I think it's only melee. All right, and as they approach, I guess they're both going to take the dash action as well. So they're going to get right up in you guys.
They're still 10 feet below.
They are still 10 feet below. So in fact, let's say that they, instead of taking the dash action, they're going to you see their eyes white up a little bit more. They're going to kneel down and plant their spears behind them to receive a charge.
Smart zombies.
All right.
Yeah, they're really
I
smart.
got 10.
Esteem.
I am also a smart zombie, and I will not charge into that mess. You'll be fine. I'm going to.
How much health do you have?
All right. I'm gonna have a skeletal hand pop up on this dude.
All
who's
right.
got the thing,
Thank you.
and I will make an attack roll with chill touch. Yep, that's more like it. That's
Use
gonna be
different
a
dice.
9 total.
Oh
Use this
man.
one.
Get new dice.
Oh man.
Oh, no.
All
Are
right.
you using purple?
It's the revenge of the purple
Stop
die.
using purple.
I'm not
using
Those
skeletal
are- those
hand.
are
You all
mine.
have
They're all
Starts
yours.
climbing up
Just a little
onto his
faith,
onto his leg, and he shakes it off and then kicks, flinging it off the cliff down into the ravine where it
Old
shatters.
skeletal
That
hand.
is this team's turn.
All right,
Many more of that came from.
the archers.
They will not be that effective.
One archer is going to fire at Thaddeus and one at Farin.
Yay.
So at Thaddeus is a 13 to hit,
I
and at
knew.
Farin is a 20 to
It
hit.
just pings off my shield.
Yeah.
I didn't really know.
And that 20 is going to deal 4 piercing damage as it comes flying in. It looks for a moment as though it might hit your horse, and you lower yourself to take the damage yourself, dealing 4 piercing damage to you, and roll a con save.
Oh no.
Do it though. Make that con save.
They'll do it. An 8.
Oh, all right. So you are poisoned. Now the poisoned condition is you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. You can repeat the save at the end of each of your turns, ending the effect on yourself on a success. All right, UI.
Oh, I forgot about
The what?
my new things that I forgot about.
Like, which one?
It can catch ranged attacks
Yeah.
and stuff. I
Yeah, that one was actually a mate.
But the dagger was a.
Oh, the dagger was a ranged attack. Yeah, you could have. Unfortunately, it's too late for that. But what do you want to do now?
Retroactively, she's like,
So what does grapple do?
oh my god.
Grapple means you can't move. That's it.
So I can't go towards him?
You could go towards him, yes. This particular grapple will allow you to walk straight towards him, but he is 50 feet up on the cliff. Now, you could get to the cliff and start pulling your way up with a rope, I guess.
I could do that.
You
And
wanna do
then
that?
he couldn't hit me because he'd have to, throw right under him. That's
That'd be
difficult.
hard.
That'd be hard.
Kind of like awkward cover.
Can I? How far up is this?
That right there,
It's yellow. I can't really see.
that's going to be 10 feet up, 20 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet, 50
So
feet.
if I ran like this and tried to jump up the thing, would you let me?
You might be able to. You'd have to roll me an acrobatics check if you wanted to jump up there. Or an athletics if
Do
you
it,
wanted to
dude.
use the rope to pull yourself up.
Well, I'm never gonna choose athletics. So
All right.
I'm gonna try that one. At least I have a chance. So I'm gonna try and run up that hill. Probably not.
It's only 10 foot up. Or
Acrobatics.
25.
Oh, it is +5. So 13.
Ooh, 13. You manage to sort of jump up there, and as you do, he yanks the rope, and you're pulled back down to the ground.
Ouch.
Well, that was only 5 feet removed.
All right.
Can I keep going if I keep subtracting 5 feet?
I see what you're saying. You want to try that multiple times? All right, for each fail, it'll be 5 feet, though.
Okay.
Do it.
I'm not stopping. Oh, that one's a fail.
All right, so 5 more feet.
Ooh, this one might. 15?
15. All right. You managed to leap up there, and yeah, you're right there on the 20 there.
10.
So,
15.
and then 20.
I can get there.
All right.
I got 45 over. You kidding? I'm gonna run up to him. Along the way, I'm gonna throw an axe at his face. Ooh, +5, so 17.
17.
There you go, shield.
That'll get him.
Awesome. And then I'm gonna try and punch him in the face. I don't. But my axe goes right into like his shoulder and does 6 damage.
All right.
And I tried to punch him in the face, but I missed.
All right. So yeah, your axe goes flying towards him. It slams into his shoulder. He reels back for a moment. You come to punch him in the face, and he swings an elbow up at you. He's still got that rope wrapped around his arm, and the javelin is still stuck inside of you. That barbed javelin. It's causing you immense pain.
That's a bummer.
And then I'm gonna use a key point because I'm effed. And I'm gonna you do the whole patient defense.
Okay. Remind me what that does.
Then you take the dodge
Yeah,
action
take
as
the
a bonus
dodge
action?
action.
Oh, as a bonus action? All right. Cool.
Those are my key points, though, so don't ask me for help.
All right.
Oh, are you out now?
Yeah, I only get 2.
The honorable
Oh,
strike from her
I thought
armor
you had
punch doesn't take a bonus action.
Equal to your level. Are we level 3?
You have
Yeah,
you're
level
level,
three.
yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
Probably.
You should have one
You
more.
should have 3, because I think you have equal to your level.
Oh, I have 3.
Gosh, Nick, give her the pencil. She's got to write down another thing.
Why doesn't she have a pencil to begin with?
Because
First roll
I'm
D&D.
She
bad.
She
lives
there.
here.
All right.
Yeah, this is my house. Okay.
You can see the orc with the holy symbols wrapped around his neck. He starts slowly striding down, his cleavers in hand, tightening and loosing his fingers around the cleavers as he does so.
Scary.
And as he heads downward, I need these 3 to make me a charisma save. You know what? He's seen you shout orders. He's seen you shout orders. I think it's gonna be Thaddeus, Oz, and Esteem.
Oh, come on! You shouldn't have said anything!
All
Is that
right.
advantage? Because
All right.
Okay.
What did I shout? What did I shout?
dang it.
12.
15.
12 and 15. Hey, that's okay. Now you're not being affected by it at all.
24.
All right.
Thaddeus
The
gets
DC
not a
was
darn.
12, so Esteem, you're all right.
Nice.
However, you find yourself. Oh,
I have 1 command point.
That didn't count.
She's
Hey! 14.
all right, nice. So you're all fine. You're all fine. As he raises his cleaver towards you, and this like dark energy starts to swirl around it and goes streaking towards you. It slams into each of you, but it just seems to dissipate once it hits you.
Oh, I can't talk.
I'll,
I'm
as we
black.
see that coming, I'll kind of let them know that this is what I think it is. Steel yourselves. I've kind of seen this already.
All right.
My needle, my
I've
plant-like
used that
figure
for
just
you.
goes
did you use it already?
and just sheds all the black stuff off like it's
fails to
goo.
penetrate the weird
Yeah.
radiance
Is he
on
using?
Thaddeus.
He's using magic.
He is definitely.
Okay.
All right, Thaddeus.
Your gods will not protect you, heretic. And I'm gonna move my horse down 1, 2, 3 out of the range of those things, and then I'm taking it down the cliff.
Oh, all right.
So it's going down that
So
first.
you're
10.
leaping off that first 10.
Uh-huh.
All right, that's cocked. Let's try that again. You're gonna take 2 bludgeoning damage to
All
your
right.
horse, and 2 to you as it sort of bounces, and it's gonna
That's fine.
hurt to slam into that.
And I'm gonna go again.
All right. Another 2 to each of you as you
All right.
as your horse leaps down the mountain with a.
What was that? I didn't catch that.
It went something like this.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8. It's gonna dash.
All right.
So that's 1, 2. Good. Alright, so I'm now in amongst the action.
So
here.
where are you here? I'm not sure what square. you're in.
Well, it's weird because I'm on a large creature.
Right. So,
But
so you
you
should
are-
be on
I
4
should be on.
spaces.
Oh yeah, because it's a thing.
All
All right, so let's move up to here.
Okay.
So that I can be on any of those 4.
Right. Sounds
okay.
good.
Just making sure that that's how that works.
Let's see.
And I need to check a thing. Excellent, good. That works. So as I thunder forward, then the radiance around me, which dimmed as the falls jarred
It's
me,
not gonna stay there. I gotta
springs
click
to
it.
life again, and you as I cast Shield of Faith.
All right.
And then I'm going to attack at the guy, at the cleric guy.
Okay.
And I have a 12 on the die, so a 17 to hit.
17 to hit him. Where is he?
I
found him.
You got him.
And a 17 will hit.
All right. Then I'm gonna hit him, and that is gonna be 7 damage. But actually, as my javelin descends towards him, then the tip of it begins to glow with a crazy golden radiant light, and I'm gonna go ahead and smite him.
All right.
As a paladin, I'm going to use my divine smite feature to expend a spell slot and deal 2d8 radiant damage.
Hashtag that's pretty good.
Which is 12 in point of fact.
Nice.
12 radiant damage. And
All
so it just thunders. Bow before the light.
He laughs at you and he says,
I need no gods nor no light, for the spirits of the world are with me.
We'll see.
Oh, snap!
and Osborne.
Osborne the Blight, currently, this needle-like blight, is going to look at his arm, pluck off a little bit of the stem, and then aim it right at the dwarf's neck and launch it.
All right.
That same Zambi?
Same zombie dwarf.
Shoot him.
Ah,
No.
that was a natural 2 on the dice, so a total of 5.
Oh man.
How does a 5 versus AC treat you, Colby?
5 won't do so hot.
The needle blight just goes.
Oh. Inspiration. All right, Farin.
As I just kind of like got in the way of whatever magic he was going to use on Needle Blight, I just kind of to myself, I'm saying, your magics will not work here today. And I am going to move some more and go about, I can get,
S'more?
I'm dashing my hoofy,
Yeah.
and I could technically get right here, but I think
And you've got a reach weapon, right? You have a lance.
I do.
So if you wanted, you could ride up to right here and plunge your lance down the cliff.
Oh, good.
And that
well,
would
I-
benefit from mounted combat.
That would.
awesome. Well,
In
then,
fact, in this case, you'd likely have advantage anyway because you're so
but I'm
much higher
poisoned.
up. Oh, wait, so
oh,
it cancels
cancel
out then.
out.
So it
So I'm just regular?
right.
Okay. Well, then I will just thrust my lance down and try and pierce through the top of his spine.
All right, yeah.
He's a zombie. Who
You see,
cares?
he's already got an arrow sticking out of it from your longbow. So
That'll do.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
That's, I don't even know. 21?
oh, easy, yeah.
And that's almost max.
real
14 damage.
All right, taking your lance as you ride by with a. You plunge your lance downward into him over your shield arm, and it tears through his helmet, caving
That'll
it
do.
into his skull.
Do we get
I'll
HP
take
from
that command point.
Do you have the thing where we can get 10 HP yet? Or is that not? That's not a thing.
I'm
you
not
can do?
inspirational, sorry.
Oh, did you go
I went
demoralizing?
demoralizing.
That's
All
alright.
right.
No, I get it.
Nice.
There's one of the abilities I liked more than inspiration.
Was it
So
lockdown?
Lockdown's fun.
I have lockdown as
Oh yeah, lockdown's
was
amazing.
vanilla.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have that though. Let's see. And so I just did that.
Right.
I can move a
One
little bit
can
more.
only hope.
Sure. Yeah.
And just stand in the way of this guy.
All right. Sounds good.
And I can't mark because he's dead.
Fair enough.
Indeed. So that's all I can do.
Fair enough. Although sometimes I think you'd rather have him dead than marked.
Very true. Yeah.
So
Save your butt
the orc roper that's over here on UI, I need you to make an athletics check.
Yes, I can do that. Ooh, probably not actually.
Poopy.
7 plus 5,
All right.
13.
He's grappling with you, and he
12.
grabs the
12.
javelin
12.
that's in your sort of stuck
Well,
in your
yeah.
arm there. He grabs onto it
Theater major.
and he swings, flinging you off the cliff,
Oh, rip.
letting go of the rope and
snap.
the javelin as well.
Wow.
So you tumble down the cliff.
Wow.
You're gonna land prone and take
Ellen had that just right.
10, 15,
This is
16
where
bludgeoning
Haley
damage.
dies.
How much?
This is where
16.
Haley
down?
dies.
Oh, because you don't have
This is where
slow fall yet.
Haley
Huh?
Oh
dies.
my, no! Look what you made him do!
No,
Booster
Booster
left.
Gold doesn't even want to be a part of your death.
All right,
He was the only thing keeping you alive.
Yeah.
the footman.
Can I make a save for my poison real quick?
Oh, go ahead. Yes, at the end of your turn.
But
you
he's
should
in
have.
your lap and you pick
Nope.
him up?
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. The DC on
Still
that
poison.
is 14, by the way.
14, great.
So you see that the two of the orc footmen wheel around to try to take your attention. One of them starts moving past you.
Oh, I'm gonna hit him
All right.
as he goes past. You know what?
Second now.
Do it. I'm not gonna. Because I sort of get the feeling if I was to turn my attention away, that cleric's probably gonna try to get away from me, and I don't want him to.
Okay. Nice.
So I see him go, and I'm about to, and then I don't hit him. And I just snap my
It
attention
seems
back
he
to
was
the
trying to encourage a strike.
Well, there you go,
And in
you
fact,
pumpkin head.
wheels back in to strike at you. He has 3 allies next to you, so he's going to make his coordinated attack here.
Is he hitting me or the horse?
He is going to strike, I think it's the horse, honestly.
Alright.
I think he's striking at the horse. What's your horse's AC?
14, correct?
Oh, he got him easy.
Okay.
Alright, and he's going to take his sword and cleave into the horse's hindquarters for 7 slashing damage.
Alright. Horse is still up.
It's got 19 total, right?
No, I rolled for health on it. It did actually pretty well.
The
I guess I should do that.
the footman here, still
It's actually
carrying
pretty tough. It probably
the
won't be
dwarf on his back, is going to dash this direction.
He's at half movement if he's grappled.
Yeah, that's why dashing will only take 6 there.
He would just move 5. He's a dwarf.
He's not a dwarf. He's carrying
Oh, I
the
thought.
footman.
Oh, he's an orc.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
a dumb.
And then,
I mean, it's true.
leaving this other footman down here, he only has 2 allies to benefit with his coordinate attack. And he's going to strike at you to try to keep your attention. That's going to be 22 to hit.
Oh,
That'll do that.
Oh.
Alright, so in that
Come in,
case,
boy.
it is a...
that.
Oh, and in that case, it's a crit fail.
Oh.
And he
Yeah.
swings his sword up, and you're wielding your javelin right now. Alright, you take your javelin and just bash his sword down into the ground, where it cleaves harmlessly into the snow. And that puts us at the dwarf zombie. The dwarf steps forward, its spear in tow, its eyes still widened over. Now, as you look into his eyes, you can see a reflection of the face of this of the shaman that's over there.
Whoa.
And as you move forward,
no.
or as he moves forward towards
Being
you,
controlled.
Well, yeah.
Oh, no.
he is going to thrust his spear at your hoofy. You have not a combatant. Would you rather
Oh.
hit you?
Hit me.
All right. So
Come
it's gonna be a
on.
19 to hit.
Always hit me, yes.
All right. And that's going to deal 3 whole piercing damage.
That's okay. I'll take that.
All right, and that puts us at Esteem.
Oh, Esteem. Well, I
I suppose it's that time.
don't have a whole heck of a lot going on here. I'm gonna just fire off a magic missile at that dude with the dwarf girl
Oh.
at second level.
All right.
Oh, second level.
Ooh, yeah, second
Magic
level
missile.
D4s.
Oh! Wow, dude! That's max damage!
Yeah, almost.
Almost.
That's 1 shy, so we're looking at 11 right now. Okay, so the 13 plus 4 is gonna be 17
Nice, and this is
force
which
damage
one?
on the one running away.
The one running away there?
So 17 force damage on that.
Nice. All right. Yeah, so magic missiles tear towards him as he's running. You see him stumble with a... As he stumbles over himself, he grabs onto the dwarf, but she seems to wake up as the magic missiles impact him. And he keeps on running, but he's limping now.
Your targets are here, coward!
All
You
right.
still within range to do that again in a second?
Seeing
not,
that
to be
you're
honest.
targeting the one carrying the
Oh.
carrying the dwarf, the 2 archers snap their attention to you
Oh, bummer.
as that orc shouts, "Bring down that mage!" And the 2 archers both draw back their bows. Knock, mock, loose, and they fire. And it's going to be 18 to hit and a 12 to hit.
I shield.
All right.
Denied your hit.
All right, nice. So 2 arrows come flying towards you. You wave your hand in the air, and a force shield just appears in front of you as the arrows just dissolve as they
So
approach.
he waves his hand in the air like he just doesn't care?
Yeah, it's more like he does care about being hit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
You
you're
got it.
on the right track.
Yeah, I'm getting close.
You're close. You're close.
I'm trying.
All right, UI.
Oh yeah, I have to make rolls.
The twig does that in...
Death save.
In blight.
Blight.
Nice.
What'd you
Got
get?
19.
just sounds like-
Almost a
so
20.
close, so close. 1 success. All right, the one that is directly in front of you.
Oh, the clearer.
No, I'm
He
not.
says, black spirits. Thank you so much, Haley. Black spirits.
That's not confusing.
Rise. And you
Ooh,
see
snap.
that just from the rocks
this
and
is
from the trees and from the earth, all sorts of just black shadowy spirits rise up and start forming in on you. I need you to roll me a
Osborne is
wisdom.
Yeah.
definitely
Oh,
not a
okay.
fan of this.
It says 16 on the
He's
die,
using
so
his
an
black
18
magic
total.
on the green.
18 will pass, so you'll only take half. And if I can get it to show me the, it's 2d8,
That's
right?
real-
Oh, 3d8.
No, it's 3d8.
All right.
Yeah, Spirit Guardians.
Oh. That type of spirit guardians.
All right, that's going to be 6, 7, 8. So you'll only take 4 necrotic damage.
So the the spirit guardians are battering into the glow that's shielding Thaddeus, but are not able to fully penetrate.
All right.
And so Thaddeus kind of looks down at the cleric and says, "Perhaps they're not listening. Speak louder."
And with that, he laughs and he bellows, "Rise!" And you see that they just sort of form in thicker and thicker as more start to rise. And that
blow
is...
the microphone if you do silly things.
I do want to blow the
Okay, well there you go.
Well, there.
So I send my javelin just arcing down towards this cleric as he's continuing to be not dead. I really am sick of that nonsense. And so I'm gonna strike into him with my javelin for a 17. Oh no, I'm sorry, it was the wrong die. For a 20 to hit.
That'll hit, yeah.
Which will, I don't think I can smite again because I think I just have the 2 slots.
Oh.
I think. I should actually check.
At level
While
3,
I'm
I think
checking-
a paladin has either 2 or 3.
Okay, while I'm checking, then either way he takes 6 damage. Make a con save against
All
that
right.
spirit guardian.
He will.
That dude.
Let me actually pull up his con so I can see what it is. Where is it? Oh, he's got a good con. Oh,
Good.
damn.
Cool. Well, that's
sorry.
So as he, that one's probably all right. But that's all right because I
Yeah,
just learned that I
used-
have a third
yeah,
spell
that
slot.
was good.
So as the javelin arcs in, then I say, "Your gods aren't listening. Mine always does." And so as the javelin slams in, then again it burns with a holy fire.
All right.
As he takes an additional 12 again, 7 or 5
Nice.
this time instead of 6 and 6.
All right, so for
12.
clarification, then the paladin at 3rd level has 3 spells?
3 spells.
Okay, cool.
So I'm out now.
All
Because I
right,
Shield
cool.
of Faith, Smite.
Right. I forgot about that Shield of Faith.
Yeah, it just
All
hasn't
right.
helped yet.
All right, Osborne.
How's the cleric looking, by the way?
He currently, he's looking like he might have just been bloodied by that attack.
Cool.
Oz is gonna make his way down the ramp.
Oh.
I'm not gonna jump again. Can
Oh,
you
that's
move me
smart.
30 feet down the ramp then?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Noticing the black magic fell on this awful that this cleric is doing on the green, the blind goes.
All right, nice.
And he grabs another piece of his.
I got cramp.
What? Oh, kidding?
No, he's actually.
No, he's got a Charlie horse.
Oh.
So
You thought he was
I
acting, but no, he's just hurt.
he's on a horse and he's got a Charlie horse.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
So I'm
He's
gonna
totally
break
named
off
for it.
a piece of my arm, and then launch a needle right at the zombie dwarf one more
All
time.
right.
The secondary zombie dwarf.
12 against his AC.
It slams into his breastplate and bounces off. You can see the needle's bent on the ground.
The blight does this again.
All right, Soren.
All right.
Get
so
in here.
I'm just gonna thrust my lance. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna try my new fighting style.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're gonna try to bowl him
This will
over.
be a fun one.
He doesn't have reach, so
He does not have reach.
we'll see what happens. When mounted, can move through hostile creatures. Any affected creature without a reach weapon must make a dex save equal to the mount strength, which is 18, or fall prone. If
Yeah.
they're wielding that type of weapon, they blah blah. It doesn't matter because he doesn't.
So it
He's
just
not,
knocks him.
yeah.
Does it do damage or just
Boom.
knock him prone?
just makes him prone, and then I'll
Cool.
come back.
And stab him
And stab him.
afterwards. Yeah.
Lance!
Nice.
So
All right, so he
make a
needs to make a
dex
dex save.
18.
All right, let's see if he can dive out of the way. Nah, he came very close. He rolled a 19 on the die, which gave him a 17.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because their strength is poopy. Holy cow.
So as you bowl him over, he tries to run out of the way, but your horse just topples this dwarf in front of you.
Now, mounted combatant, he's prone and poisoned.
I'll say, and yes, viewers, I know that this can't happen, rules as written.
I don't
But-
have to. I don't
but
have to.
he-
No,
he's
I
playing a
like
homebrew
this
class.
class.
Okay.
So, since you have advantage from 2 sources and disadvantage from 1, you have 1 more advantage. We do it like algebra here. You have 1 more advantage, then you do disadvantage, so you do have advantage.
I like it. Okay. Oh, well, in that case, let me get another one.
1
here.
plus 1 minus 1 is 1.
Indeed.
Back, turn it around, lance right into the zombie's
That's
torso.
pandas.
All right.
Okay, yeah. That is a. Oh boy. 20.
20
20 will get him.
For max, which is 15, I believe.
Boom.
All right, nice.
Yeah, 15 damage.
Nice. Alright, yeah, as you ride by, you bowl him over and then wheel around, your horse raising its front legs in the air. Then you turn around, whipping your lance down into him, plunging it, pinning him to the ground for a moment before you tear it back out.
So if he's still alive, then I would like to mark him.
He is still alive.
Okay, and then so as soon as I was running over this zombie dwarf, as I'm just hearing all of this shouting coming from the center of this ravine type thing, I'm
Yeah,
just
it's
like,
echoing off the canyon walls here.
I'm just muttering to myself. I'm just talking to myself this whole battle.
Yeah,
There's really no one to talk to.
You and the horse.
All he does is talk about his gods. Stabbing and stabbing.
Alright.
The cleric or Thaddeus?
You.
God
Maybe both.
Sir.
So,
Blasphemer.
the roper, having dropped his
gods.
javelin down there,
Oh.
goes to here, and once he gets to that spot, he whips out a dagger in each hand and at once flings them both at Thaddeus.
Cool. AC is 20.
Alright, let's see.
Wishing I had a spare spell slot for a shield, because silencers get that.
A 24 and a 23
Would have saved me both times.
for 8 piercing damage and a 6 piercing damage, as both of them just plunge
Alright.
in, one on either side of your pecs.
8 and 6.
8 and 6, so a total of 14.
Cool.
20 for the con save, so not poison anymore.
Nice. Alright.
And I held on to Shield of Faith
Alright.
for all the good it's done me so far.
The wounded footman taking the dwarf. 1, 2, 3, 4 goes running into the trees. You can see that if he gets much farther, he'll be out of sight and to safety. All right, the other 2 footmen.
She's a woman. She's important.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
She's very important.
And we just found a sigil belonging to one of the most prominent deep dwarf houses.
All right, the other 2
Who has a
footmen turn
princess.
around.
I'm dead.
One of them's going to
Yeah,
strike
well-
at Thaddeus. The other will strike at Farin. So Thaddeus. Oh yeah, Thaddeus. That's a big hit. Having so many allies here, he's got a huge advantage on this. It's going to be 8 slashing damage as he swings upwards, knocking your javelin aside. Now Farin, he doesn't have a big advantage on you because he has no allies within 5 feet of you, so he's just rolling his regular attack roll, and he swings up at you, and you bat it aside with your longsword as you bowl forward.
Longsword.
Or he had a longsword. Your lance.
Oh, okay.
Long
I'm
lance.
reading his. Yeah, it's a very
Your
long,
long lance.
sword-like
He blocked
lance.
himself.
All right.
Oh no!
The
Why am I
dwarf is
hitting
going to
me?
use half its move to stand back up,
Are you bleeding?
and he's going to turn
Oh, yeah.
around and move up just barely in range of you.
Do it. He's hitting me.
And as he gets up, ooh, he crit you.
He can redo that.
All right, I figured you might want that to be the
I
case.
figured he can just stop.
And
that
he crit
nonsense.
failed against you.
Ooh.
Alright, so as he rides up, he stabs his spear upwards, and your horse, like, kicks up and kicks him in the face, and he stumbles backwards again.
Nice.
Alright, that's gonna put us at, Esteem.
Ooh, back to me. Well, you said that guy's out of sight. Is what you said?
About to be. He's
About
he's
to
here.
be. Oh, well, then
So
he's
he
not
gets-
out of sight. And
Yeah,
with
he's getting
safe.
real close.
I'm pretty sure before he was like 12 squares away from me. I think he's a good 1, 2, 3, 4. I lost the count already. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14.
You're
20, that's 100 feet away.
Yep.
So I can get it.
Alright.
And so I will. I'm going to blast off another magic missile.
Nice.
This one at first level.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because I think I can,
But
I think I can
he
cook
looked
him.
bad, so this might do it.
D4 power.
Alright.
Okay, that's 8, 12 force damage.
Alright, your magic missiles tear through his chest,
Die.
erupting on the other side as he drops
did
to the
it.
ground dead.
Please say that.
As he
no,
hits the ground,
please say
the
that.
dwarf falls down out of his arms, landing on her back with a thud. She groans in pain, and you can see one of the archers whips around and pulls his bowstring back, aiming it at her, and she freezes in her place.
Okay, I've done my part, now the rest of you.
Alright, that archer, holding her in place, he points his arrow down, and he says, "Get back up here, one of you!" And then he sees you guys all riding this direction. He saw you bowl someone over, so he's gonna draw back his bow and fire
Is
at
he
you.
at disadvantage?
He is. She's not really any threat to him at all.
Probably
She's
not.
8,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna say no.
Which in human terms is like an
I don't know,
hour
an
old.
eight-
However,
can be like-
the arrow as it comes towards you, 15
That's
to
pretty
hit you.
distracting.
So yeah, the arrow
No,
comes
that's
flying
fine.
towards you and slams in your pauldron.
Which one?
She's
Who is
really
it?
quite
That guy
right
there.
there.
That
So
guy.
many of these orcs need to jump around.
All right.
Who did that?
The
Who is
other
it?
one is going to fire down, trying to bring down your horse.
Okay.
All right, and that's gonna be a 22 to hit.
That'll hit the horse.
All right, and that'll do 9 piercing damage, and the
hit
horse
the
needs to make a con save.
Okay. Horse has a +1 to con saves.
All right.
Horse got a 13 on the con save.
14 is what you needed. The horse is
Bummer.
poisoned. That's not gonna matter too much.
Not too much.
All right.
Your disadvantage to dash.
Yeah.
All right, you lie.
20. 20.
Don't get a one.
20.
I got one. Thank you.
Oh, I can't even help you with that.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get
you
a one.
said
I got a
crit.
one.
Yeah.
If that last attack had hit, you could have. You know.
I got a 1, which means I get 2 death saves.
All right.
Oh.
One more and I die.
Yeah.
It's okay. We can use someone who's more beneficial.
Oh
Yes.
man.
Yeah, someone who's playing them out the right way.
All right.
Well, the monk's good. Monks are good.
No, but monks aren't supposed to use hand.
Yeah, that's stupid.
That's true. Supposedly.
All right.
It's my
The
monk
cleric
fist.
that's now in
Karma.
front of
I'll
you.
punch you.
First up, it's the beginning of his turn.
Punch you.
So, Thaddeus.
Yep.
Roll me that wisdom save.
Save. 15.
15. All right, you pass the save, so you will take 6 necrotic damage. And in fact, he's gonna move to here. Does it happen on his turn or on your turn?
His. Oh no! When I start my turn. Then.
All right, so it should have
It
been your
should have
turn, but
been,
we'll just
yeah.
say that was on your turn. And he's gonna move around you to about. In fact, he's gonna move all the way around to here.
What dare you?
And as he gets to there, he's going to swing in at you with his cleavers. So he raises a cleaver and swings it in at you, but it bounces off the armor of your horse. All right,
Take that, punk.
Thaddeus, that's you.
Oh, good. Well then. Oh, so then it should have happened again.
And so now it would have happened.
Oh,
because
God.
he had already cast it last time. I just forgot to.
No, I see.
Yeah.
So in that case, I'm just gonna now I have something of a free path. So
Sure.
I'm just gonna start charging this way.
All right.
As I do, then I say, Lorimir, be with me, and clap my hand to my shoulder and
All right.
everything that's wounded, and it begins to heal.
Nice.
Over.
All
I'm
right.
gonna go ahead and lay on hands myself for 14, not 15. I'll save one, because maybe possibly will be needful at some point.
All
Well,
right. It looks like we're gonna have 3 opportunity attacks on.
Well, except. Well,
Except.
how close am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dang it. Because I was going to have the horse just take the disengage action.
Mm.
You know what? I still will.
Okay.
Because then I'm right there.
Fair.
And
Fair.
so I'm just going to, like, 1, 2, 3,
My turn. Sorry. My
4,
turn.
5, 6, 7, 8. And the horse has the disengage action, so no opportunity to. As the horse is
Alright.
going through, it's just kicking dust up in every direction. And so the
Nice.
orcs are too like blinded and hacking up dust to be able to do anything.
All right.
As
Nice.
Thaddeus just charges through, a glorious general armed with a pointed stick.
All right. Nice. Yeah.
It's
A
very
holy
impressive,
beacon shines from your shield as you ride forward, and that's gonna put us at Oz.
Do something.
So Sam, get down the cliff and
I would
come
like
do
to keep
stuff.
going 30 feet, please.
All
You don't
right.
want to jump down?
No, because I'm not going to make it. I'm going to take
You
damage.
wanna
Yeah, but
Dash
how
or
much
what?
health does your blight have?
11.
Oh, you might just die.
Yes!
Well,
Like,
it's a
you
no,
mean
'cause
like me?
One
You
now.
only have to go
Like I'm
10
gonna do?
foot.
Yeah,
That's
like
only
you're gonna die.
d6 damage.
I pluck off another piece of my vines, it regrows, and I throw a needle at the zombie
All
dwarf!
right. The thing with the highest AC on the board.
A 9 plus 3.
It crunches against the back of his helmet.
You just see the black go.
What is going on?
What is
that creature? What is
Fine.
Alright,
I
I'm gonna
looked
do.
away and now there's a weed.
I'm gonna
A
do
weed.
something crazy.
All right. I'm excited.
I'm gonna bowl through all those guys, taking
Yes.
all the opportunity attacks.
Okay.
Oh, buddy.
I'm doing it, and so
You probably
Oh,
as
will
I-
that's why you were so excited
And
when I
That's a
disengaged.
help
I
me,
stop
right?
here.
Yeah, okay. That's right.
But so my horse is dashing, and he can get there.
Awesome.
But on the way, I'm getting all these guys,
Nice.
and so all these guys can get opportunity attacks. but on my way, once he falls prone, because I'm assuming he will,
Yeah. Maybe.
he is going to be hit. I'm
This
going
is
to hit
final.
him, and then I'm going to switch my mark over to him.
Okay, cool. Real quick for me, roll a what is it? A
That's
wisdom
a
save?
lot of
Oh,
advantages
for
to
Spirit
have.
Guardians.
Because he's
Yeah,
still got
wisdom
Spirit
save.
Guardians going on here.
Oh, did he? Oh no, I didn't hit him again. Never mind.
It's a lot of attack of opportunities.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's a
He
lot.
wants, but each one will give him a command point if he
Yeah.
hits.
You got a
17.
point.
17. All right, so you
Boom.
pass the save. So instead of taking 16, you will take 8 necrotic damage as these shadows close in around you, tightening their formation.
Steel yourself.
All right, and so each of these guys needs to make a dex save. Each of the guys in front of you.
1, 2, 3, 4.
dude.
DC 18.
All right, so 4 dex saves. We've got from the footman. Oh, let me see. Yeah, so that was a 16, a
Nope.
13,
Nope.
and an 11.
Nope.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. The last one shouldn't have been a footman. It should be this guy. And he got a 19.
Oh.
So the roper's okay. Okay.
Oh.
He crit.
Okay.
Alright.
He's-
However,
he's
what's his face? The cleric is going to roll. He doesn't have very good dex. He got a 20 though.
Okay. So how
Alright,
many
so
failed?
this one passed and this one passed. These two both failed.
Good
Okay. Well, I'm gonna hit the cleric either way.
Alright.
It's
Yeah,
still
fair.
it's still at advantage. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Oh yeah, because you're not
Not
poisoned
combat.
anymore.
Yep.
Now.
Kill him. I mean, I've been beating on him a little bit. You might be able to do it. Nah, maybe.
Boom, boom,
Oh yeah.
boom, boom. Here we go. Okay, so that's not bad.
So
19 to hit
19 will get him.
Cool.
and almost 14 damage.
14 damage?
Ooh.
Alright. So he'll need to make his con save, see if he can keep that up.
See if you can keep that nonsense in place.
Alright, he got it. He got it up. So it's still going, but you're out of his reach now.
And I also marked him.
Alright, and then the opportunity attacks from those
What does
three.
the mark do?
I think the mark probably goes away as soon as you leave his reach. Because I think you have to be within melee range of a target.
Oh, yeah, you are right.
What is a
I
mark?
forgot about that.
Or weapon range, I guess.
Yeah, it
Which
has
is
to be
using
within
blades.
your reach. Because he has to be in your threatened area. So with a
Oh.
warlord's mark, each martial class. By the way, you have a mark as well. Each martial class
you
in
probably
our
should look that
homebrew
up, dude.
5th edition games, we gave them a mark. So if you are a martial-based class, you have a mark that you can use as a bonus action after hitting a guy with a weapon attack, as long as he's within your threatened area. So within your reach. His.
So I said it in the
Yeah.
first one, but
You did.
it does when you hit a creature with a melee attack, you may mark it as a bonus action.
Right.
And if a creature marked by you attacks someone else, you and any of your allies within reach may make an opportunity attack against the creature without expending a reaction.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's
And
awesome.
it lasts until the creature dies, until the target isn't within reach, or until the marking creature makes an attack that does not include.
So your mark doesn't work because you're out of reach again.
Right. So
And
I
I have
didn't
that
mark
too?
anything. No,
Yeah.
it's not the same thing.
All right. Yours is you have a mark as well. I forget what yours does, but you do also have one.
Is your back on your feet
No.
melee range?
As you ride,
Like touch range?
Yeah, I
I
believe
figured
so.
it probably
Have
as
died
you ride
yet,
out of the
Haley?
way,
About
you
to.
bowl into that
Yeah,
that
'cause I was
cleric.
wondering if you could get her.
Okay.
You bowl into the cleric. Your lance plunging into him as he grabs on the lance. He's dragged along with you for a ways, where he cleaves his cleaver up into your arm and your wrist, dealing
Oh, he gets me.
9 slashing damage and 3 necrotic.
Ouch.
The others all missed their attacks of opportunity as they saw this armored knight barreling past them.
And
You end up right next to Thaddeus.
yeah, well, actually, on my way, I can actually use back on your feet, right here. Well, she's
She's
not within
50
5
feet down, yeah.
She's 50 feet.
Well,
down.
right there, I guess she's, what is that, 40
She's
feet,
here.
30 feet?
Yeah,
Yeah.
too
No.
far down.
Never mind, can't do that. But you just hear me muttering like,
Hope you don't die, Haley.
You're hidden
'Cause
behind bushes.
I
too.
can't.
You
I
see
can't
it.
help you.
Alright, that
You're
brings us up
50
to
foot down
footman.
a cliff.
And he's gonna go 1, 2, 3. They start chasing back that way,
oh boy.
but they can't do much
they can't
else.
do much.
They're both gonna dash up that direction, but they can't do anything after that. He's gonna run up as well, and as he approaches Farin, yeah, I hit you. No, as he approaches Farin, he's gonna
You're
swing
dead.
in,
Make a new guy.
and that's gonna be plus these because he has 2 allies. It's 1 plus 4, so 5. Plus, all right, it's a 22 to hit
Wow.
for 4 slashing damage.
Oh goodness.
Meh.
All right.
How you doing on health there, buddy?
Not great.
The
We got
dwarf
4
turns around.
No, go away! Get away from me!
Your hated foe, the dwarf zombie,
God.
starts moving up towards you
Nemesis.
with his spear and stabs it forward. But you just easily wrap a vine around his spear and pull it out
You
of
were
the
just
way.
mutually failing at each other. Esteem, do it.
It is your turn, Esteem.
Well,
Please get this thing off me. Please.
Are you? I can't hit anything.
I think there's more than
I
one.
can't hit
Yeah,
anything
there's some
either.
other targets
like
the
dark
evil
level hard to
witch
hit.
doctor.
Or, your friend
Yeah.
not
He's
dying.
a wizard. He
Your
can't
friend
help
not
you.
dying is cool.
Yeah,
No, you two could have.
How? You're
I'm
50
useless.
foot down.
Could you use a magic
I
missile on the
wasn't
cleric?
when your turn started.
true.
I think I'm gonna try to
She was
chill touch
50
the
feet.
cleric.
Yeah,
Right.
she
You
was.
were
You were on
here.
the ground.
Oh, that's true. Oh.
Nah.
Yeah, that's right. You thought I wasn't important.
Priority, there was the dwarven princess, and then some dying monk that maybe.
That
killed.
is my friend.
I'm gonna try to.
This is
Heretic.
my house. I'm just saying. Maybe
I'm
you're
gonna try
not
to
about
chill
it
touch
anymore.
the cleric dude
You were
in the
the
middle
one
there.
that went after
I pay the
him.
bills on his house, by the way. You're still invited. Go
Respect-
ahead.
There's no one on him now. Ooh, that's a 13 on the die for an 18 total.
On him?
On the cleric dude.
On the cleric? That'll hit him.
I thought so. That for this for 2 radiant damage.
Make
Two
it
radiant
Oh,
damage,
excuse
and
me.
what's
Two
that with?
it's chill touch necrotic.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and
Understood.
he'll make his con save
Oh, watch
as
this
a
be the thing.
skeletal hand climbs up and starts choking him, and you see the shadows start to fade until they're just like pulled back into the ground, each one going to a
He
separate
broke-
rock.
You
There
broke
we
his
go.
concentration with
What
2 damage.
the heck?
After he held that through 2 smites.
Yeah, I think like a 14 damage from you, and then
Yeah.
whatever you have with
Whatever,
the
a
2 smites.
punch.
12
12 from a smite and then weapon damage.
And that puts us
Good
at
God.
the serpent archers. This archer, still standing over her, quickly is going to try to loose an arrow towards Thaddeus. And it flies straight over as she like bites him in the shin,
Nice.
and the arrow goes flying past you.
I smile down at the girl.
This one is also going to turn and launch one at Thaddeus, and again it slams into your shield as you you sort of duck down your shield, blocking the blow, riding
I
forward.
point my javelin at him and say, "That was your one shot. You wasted it."
Oh man, UI.
Wait!
Save.
Here we go. Here we go.
Everyone type a kappa in the chat if she dies.
Oh, by the way,
She's dead.
if you want to
wait.
save UI,
Oh, reroll,
That was
reroll.
cocked.
if you would like to save UI, you can donate $5 to our Patreon.
Ah,
Free
good
reroll.
idea. Or donate in the link below.
I do have one command point.
Oh!
Ooh, that's a success.
That's a success.
A success! You still can donate if you want.
Yeah.
I still have to make another one.
Probably not.
She's got one more.
She's got to pass 2 saves before she
Hey,
fails
and
one.
anyone, what are our different levels of donations?
We have D4, D6, D8, D10.
But I mean, cash wise.
D4 is the lowest. It's $1.
Okay.
You get access to all the videos and stuff like that. We're also going to do some Q&As with Colby, our DM, afterwards, and those are going to be on our Patreon. If you pay $5, the D6 roll, you'll be able to see those, which are really cool. It gets you more in depth of the world of Belrath as well as
Alright.
D&D and how it's
And let me throw this out there while we're thinking. If anyone at any point sees a roll and they just want it to change, grab a D6 roller. You'll get all the rewards for a D6 roller, and you get to change that one roll. And you can tell me what you'd like the roll to be, a number from 1 to 20.
Oh.
20, 20, please. 20, 20,
If
20,
any of you
20.
are just chaotic evil, please don't. Please don't do that.
Please, do not donate.
Please don't. Oh, Colby, did you miss with that terribly powerful rogue assassin? I think actually it was a crit. Don't
Alright.
you?
The cleric dusting himself off from that hit as he tears the claw from his throat and throws it to the
mess up
ground.
his little
He
skewer?
crunches onto it. Yeah, it tore a little thread in it, so now it's sort of hanging around his neck, just loosely.
Yeah.
And he looks up towards the. He looks up towards the
I don't
cliff
like
up
this.
here.
He's reaching for a bag of
You know what?
minis.
He's gonna look over there. He
No!
looks up that direction,
of course he
and he says,
Yeah.
Silence yourselves!
and
Oh.
these spirits erupt from the rocks around you, black spirits,
Oh,
and they
no.
dive down your throats.
He's casting silence?
Oh, bummer.
You're silenced.
I bet you love that.
Yeah.
Does that technically
Well,
turn me
did
back
it in a
into...
creative
No,
weird
it just means you
heretical
can't
way.
speak.
Oh, that's fine. I
So
can't
you
speak
can't,
anyway.
It's a good
right.
spell, but he's
But
evil.
what happens is that means that there's no
have
verbal
that.
component spells, which
Fine.
is almost every spell.
Yeah, except that he's sad.
Stinks for you, but I'm
Hi,
fine.
Thaddeus.
You might want to just
You
dive
are
off the thing.
useless in this
Uh,
fight now.
Oh my
Oh
god.
man.
That's how we beat those hags.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
How much movement does it take to dismount a horse?
It takes half your move, I believe, to dismount.
You're also
That
a
makes
little
sense.
guy, so like,
Cool.
that's weird.
Alright, well, in that case, then,
You're just dismounting your goofy.
well, I'm not just dismounting the goofy. But I say, we've just been hearing, like, combat from over here, combat from way over there, and then just an occasional, like, over there. Hold them here. And I'm gonna, let's see what kind of. Good enough. I'm gonna disengage
Alright.
and swoop around to over here.
Alright.
And I'm gonna dive off the fucking horse.
Oh man! Are you diving down to here?
Yeah.
Alright, so,
So
that'll
from
be
like
10
10
foot.
foot up.
Crap, dude.
That's right.
Alright.
That's right. She knows
3
what's up.
bludgeoning damage.
Wow. From how much? How much?
Dive off.
It was 10 foot. Is
Oh.
At that point.
John
it was 10 foot.
Cena!
So I just like roll off the cliff and land, and then go. You had better make this worth it. And then I just go over and clap a hand to the monk and go, I'm saving the heretic because I think. And so I clap a hand to your shoulder and say, "You're not done yet. The light still has use for you," and give you 1 HP.
Alright.
When I come back to life, I'm pretty happy to be alive, but I'm also really kind of sad. It looks like I was kind of okay with it, and then I come back to life.
Maybe she'll touch for you later.
I'll lean down and help you up to your feet, which will
Alright.
happen on your turn.
That puts us at Osborne.
Can I use my reaction to help her up to her feet?
Yeah, I'm fine with that, which would mean that she doesn't have to use her movement to do so.
There you go. So that way you
Osborne,
can speed up and
a priest of the green does not like this foul magic being slandered across the green in front of him.
Yeah.
slendered across.
He felt this black thing go into him, and he just looks at.
Peanut butter on a toolbox.
Yeah. He just looks at the cleric. His eyes glow a little green. He picks off a needle from his shoulder and throws it right at the cleric.
Oh, at the cleric. Okay.
6 against AC.
I think you need new dice.
Don't worry, we have new dice coming in from Critical Hit Collectibles.
Heyo! All right. Thank you to our sponsors. All right, Foreign.
All right. So in response to when Thaddeus was leaving, I was going to do exactly that, and so I'm going to stomp all 3 of these hoes.
Nice.
And so this one will
Yeah, just
have
do
opportunity,
a
I
donut.
believe.
All right.
And so whenever I come back
Yeah,
around,
He'll be the only one unless they pass their saves, because if they pass their saves, they get it. Oh, no, it's only if they have a reach weapon. That's what it is. So the one has an opportunity attack, and then we'll see if the others
And then
pass
you
their
go
saves.
stab an archer.
And that is the Roper. So he takes his short sword and swings up. That's going to be an 18 to hit.
okay, please redo that.
All right. That's now going to be a 10 to hit.
Oh, thank goodness.
So he swings it up into you, and as you ride by, you lower your shield. As the blow glances past your shield, and now each of them will roll their dex saves. The Roper got a 19.
Look, nat 20, 18,
Footman
and
got
11.
a crit fail, and the other footman got a
Don't waste
3.
Okay, so
Damn.
these 2 guys.
You're not wasting. Are you in
And,
where you're not supposed to be?
As I'm pulling Esper around, I'm gonna stab my lance into the roper that's still standing.
Nice.
And I'm just going for his pauldron area, wherever
Alright.
he's using his.
Yeah, and you can see the Roper, unlike the rest of him, he's just wearing studded leather, and it looks as though he's not like he's basically wearing leather shoulder guards, and then he's wearing studded leather pants, but he has no shirt on.
Okay.
What a silly Billy. It's cold.
Well,
out
in
here.
that case, I'm
It
just going straight for the chest.
And you can tell.
19
Because
hit,
he's shivering.
19 will touch. Yes, yeah, because he's shivering. What else?
and that'll be 9.
All right.
Damage.
Nice.
And
Those my dice, silly kitty.
I will mark him
All right.
because
Nice.
why not?
Silly kitty,
And
silly kitty.
they're prone, but they can still make opportunity attacks if I leave their reach.
Right.
At
They just
disadvantage.
be disadvantage.
So they'll suck at it, but.
Yeah, 4 health. I kind of just don't.
Oh yeah, 4 health.
Oh, I forgot
probably
you were so
wouldn't.
low.
So that would explain why you blocked his opportunity attack. Yeah.
Yeah, you're like a weird masochist. Why did you not want to get hit?
I know. While I would like my last stand to happen,
Not today.
I'm gonna wait because then I don't have enough allies.
All right, fair
that's
enough. The Roper's gonna swing his short sword at you for a crit. All right,
Oh boy.
All right.
and that's gonna be 10 piercing damage.
Do you want it to hit the horse?
I have
Do you want it to hit the horse?
for 10 piercing damage?
You have the
Yeah,
option
I'll-
for it to hit the
I'll
horse.
it'll hit the
So
horse.
yeah, you're riding by, and he thrusts his short sword right up into the horse's gut, and he's gonna leave it there, attacking the horse a second time for 25 to hit, as the horse rides forward, dragging through the horse's gut for 7 more damage.
He's still up.
Nice, nice.
Hoofy!
Hoofy, no! That puts
That's
us.
right. I'm sorry.
That puts us at the footmen, which both stand up. All right. And in an attempt, seeing what the Roper's doing, they're going to follow his lead and
That's
try to
fine.
dismount you.
They will hit me instead.
All right, they're going to hit you instead.
Oh, the horse
the
doesn't have
first
enough
of
health
them
anymore.
No.
got a 17 to hit.
Yep.
All right, dealing 4 piercing damage or slashing damage with his long sword. So he swings in at you. You dive down to block the blow from your horse, and he slashes the oh man, wow, it's been too long since I've ridden. Where you put your feet?
Stirrup.
Stirrup. Wow, it's been a long
The
time
footy
since I've ridden.
strap.
So he slashes the stirrup as you go tumbling down to the ground and cleaves down into you, knocking you unconscious.
So, would the Dwarven Princess
I gave you everything I had. It was just one.
act as an ally?
Because I'd already.
In
killed
some
myself.
ways, depends on the feature. She
Okay.
can't get she can't give him disadvantage because she can't do enough to really cause it. But like for example, she's distracting. So if you were like
So
doing a
it
rogue
rolls.
sneak attack, would work.
I see. So she couldn't like do any attacks or anything.
She could, it just wouldn't be effective.
Right.
Likely.
Let's see. 10 feet. Nope. Nothing. My
Oh,
last
your
stand
last
does not
stand won't
happen.
go off. Oh man, because you're all alone up there. I mean, she could
Wait,
try it.
excuse me. Hello.
There's a hoofy. But
There's a hoofy.
and there's your hoofy.
Oh, okay.
That's 2 hoofy.
Well, if they
attacks.
count, then yeah.
All right, they're allies.
I'll roll for Hoofy.
All right, so yeah, who do you want him to attack?
The Roper.
Okay.
All right, so as you go down, both of the horses, they've both grown to like you, and both of them are going to kick in at the Roper, and they can move and then attack, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, wait. Let me make sure. All allies within 10 feet of you may immediately make a single turn each in initiative order, but
Oh, a
skipping
single
over
turn.
enemies.
Right, yes, because it's a whole turn,
Awesome.
yeah. So basically, your horse is able to move there, and this horse is able to move there, and both of them are going to kick in. You want to roll for yours?
Yep. I got a 12. So what's there to hit? They have a
Yeah,
plus
I have
1
it.
Plus
strength.
4? Plus,
Well,
I
they're-
have
so
it
plus
somewhere.
6. Probably.
plus 6 then. Yeah,
So I got
because
a,
draft
so I
plus.
got an 18
Nice.
for. I got
more. I got way more than that.
Oh, it's 2d4 plus 4. I have it written down.
23.
I'm such a dumb.
Nice. Both will hit.
Dude.
Nice.
So 9 damage.
Nice.
And 10 for me.
Boom.
Nice.
On the rope. How's the roper looking?
He does not look good as 2 horses, one just barrels through him, and the other rides up and then kicks with its back legs right into his chest. He goes stumbling backwards. You can see the imprint of a horseshoe on his chest.
And then I think my horse, because it had to move 10 feet, is gonna wheel around to see if it can
All
come
right.
get me. So that's another 10.
As I'm going down, I said, "You have no idea what you have just done."
All right.
You dropped to 0?
Yeah,
He's down to 0.
I'm down.
This has been rough.
Yeah.
Distance.
Ask me how I know.
Yeah. Hey,
All right, I'm gonna
guy
knock
who's
you over
been
here.
stuck
That
in an
puts us at
ineffective
our, at
needle
our
throwing
one remaining,
simulator for the last
footman.
5 minutes.
And that footman's going to strike at Esper, seeing that happen.
Okey
So he's going to have.
This is gonna be a rough session where half the party died.
Yeah, he's going to hit Vesper. Or is it Esper or Vesper?
Esper.
Esper. He's going to hit
Vesper's a
Esper,
little screwed.
dealing 10 slashing damage.
All right, he's down.
All right, he cleaves his longsword into Esper's side, leaving a bloody gouge. What?
Vesper.
It's Esper.
Is
That's
Esper?
Esper.
Oh, like leaving a bloody gouge
Yeah, that's
down the side of
Just
the
said
neck.
that. Great.
And that puts us at the dwarf zombie.
No! God, I hate this thing!
He
can't
stabs
tell him
his
that.
spear right into you,
soundlessly
dealing
stabs it.
3 piercing damage.
Got it.
Are you out of plan?
Alright.
No.
Steam.
I look at the cleric and I'll roll my eyes and open my coat a bit, and my crawling claw is going to jump up on my shoulder and will just point. And it flies at 25 feet a second.
And you see Barnaby go running after it.
Oops! I'm casting catapult.
Nice.
Oh.
No verbal component.
No verbal
Nice.
component.
All right.
So he needs to make a dex save. His,
Alright.
DC,
I like that you've just flung your familiar.
his DC 13.
He passed the save at 16.
Well, then he takes no damage.
All right, but you see a raccoon barreling towards him now as well.
Wow.
All right.
That raccoon's gonna be
The archers are gonna turn and seeing that that this is dealt with up here, they're gonna fire across the way,
Sorry,
one
guys.
at each of you. So we'll start with our twig blight friend, and that's gonna be a 17 to hit for 6 piercing damage. And I believe they're immune to poison. Is that right?
They should be.
They are. I just ran them yesterday.
And then one steam comes flying towards you, and it puts a hole in your coat,
Yep.
right where the crawling claw just left from. All right, UI.
makes no sense.
So you know, I don't really know if this guy's been getting hurt or not, but you know, I have 3 saves now if I go down. So
I clasp your hand and get you back up, so
Gonna-
that's free.
bloop, I'm gonna throw an axe on my way there,
All right.
and then I'm going to use flurry of blows,
Nice.
Oh, that last key point.
and
Beat him up.
I'm gonna punch him twice.
All
How long
right.
does silence last?
Until he loses concentration, more like an hour.
I think silence is only a minute.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Oh, those are pretty good. Those are pretty good. Okay, 16.
16 will hit.
Yes. For 5 damage with
Nice.
the axe throw.
All right.
And then with the punches, so I throw an axe, hits him like right square in the chest.
All right.
His arm is still
Swan
pretty
chest.
good. And then I run up to him and I punch him in the stomach with another 16
All right.
to do 7 damage.
All right. And as you slam your fist in his stomach, he keels over, and you
And I
bring
have
your
to do my
knee
flurry of blows.
up into
So,
his nose. Yeah, and you don't have to do it now, so I erase it. You bring his knee up into his nose, shattering the nose bone, and then rip your axe out, cleaving it into the side of his neck as he drops to the ground dead.
That
How did his supporters look about all that?
This one, these guys are all facing the other way. They're probably about to notice, but you can see that those two up on the cliff both shake
Are
for a moment,
uh-oh.
and one of them says, "Grab the gal and go!"
I probably shouldn't run up there. I'm gonna choose not to.
All right, and that puts us at Thaddeus.
All right. I will use half my movement to mount up on the horse, but now I'm
Yes.
not using my movement. So
Right.
So we got. What? Did they already opportunity attack this turn?
Yeah,
One of
he
them
did.
did.
He did.
He did.
They didn't.
Okay. So we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can avoid one of them. 7, 8, dash. 1, 2, 3. All right, good.
All right, so one of them is going to make an opportunity attack as you ride by.
So silence is gone, correct?
Yes.
And the dwarf zombie?
The dwarf zombie also crumbles to dust.
What does that sound like in Blight?
22 to hit with the longsword. And that's going to deal 4 slashing damage.
All right, it slams into the poor. Oh, was it hitting me or the horse?
He's, you know what? He's going to go for the horse. They saw the
Okay.
effective tactic
That
that
the
was.
horse is pretty awesome.
Yeah, the horses are tough. Draft horses are good.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a draft horse than
I'm
ride
real
horse.
sorry that you're down. I'm super out of lay on hands, and not proficient in So it's I got no potions.
When they run
So
away,
you
I'll
you
have
have
one.
Oh, you have one.
No.
Oh, you know
If
what?
you would
Fair
like.
point. So actually,
You don't
I
have
will.
to right
no,
now.
it's all right.
You can stop just one short.
Yeah,
so
are you
can't-
displaying it openly on your person?
Yeah.
Okay.
Always.
In that
That's
case,
what
it's-
adventurer
Yes.
does.
Actually, when I made it on Hero Forge, it had one like right here.
there you go.
Yeah.
So as we're just flying by on the horse, then I'll lean down just with a javelin with just an artful flick, and the potion that was on a conveniently long string for easy access to the mouth lands just it kind of breaks on your jaw. Sorry about that.
So like
But
half
does-
of it goes
But
in.
does drain into your mouth.
Command point.
You take D4 damage.
But
no,
you
you'll
roll 2d4
definitely
plus
get the 2d4 plus 2. You can roll it yourself if you like.
All right, great.
and then I will actually move the rest of
Then
it forward
continue the
because
movement,
I
right.
can. So I'm up here now threatening him.
All right.
And so I look over at his friend who I said had already wasted his shot, and then I look at him and say, "You have one shot. Make it count." And then I'm just kind of ready with a javelin.
All right. And do you have a dismounted version of your miniature?
I do.
All right. Cool. Osborne.
The person's not dead, and you still have your back on your feet.
Osborne, as soon as that dwarf crumbles down, the blight does this like tribalistic dance of happiness.
All right.
Let the sunshine.
What does that
he's
sound like?
He's gonna go 30 feet. One, two,
Why does blight sound like a grind step?
how far is it from me to said archer?
Oh, the ways.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60,
I
65,
can hit
70.
Oh.
It goes 30 to 90.
Oh, so at disadvantage.
Okay, so you'll have disadvantage, but you can fire.
Wait, no, it goes 30 to 60. Just kidding. I'm going to fire at him, actually.
All right, you'll still have disadvantage, but
Will I
still
really?
can do it.
Okay.
Yeah,
yeah,
but
because
you
it's
can still do
outside the regular range and it's in the long range.
If you had sharpshooter, which would be curious, but you could. If you just felt like it.
So I grab a needle off my shoulder. No, I'm gonna dash. I'm gonna dash.
Why is it doing this?
So just heading straight towards the combat.
Yeah. And as soon as I get into place, I do
Haley
this
passed a dex save.
this almost like haka dance that the blights do in order to intimidate these three.
All right.
Lights are like Maori in there.
All right. Foreign.
Alright, my first thing, getting back up from the potion that you gave me, get on your feet.
All right, here we go.
Esper, come on.
He's
Ah, there you go.
Can I do that?
Yeah, you know what? Since he's your character body character creation, I'll let him have death saves.
Awesome. So that's 3 or plus 3, so 11 HP back.
Nice.
Boom.
That's not bad. That's more than half.
Hold up. Blight, don't tell you. Hold up. This is a blight dance.
What are you
Got
doing?
it. It's something
All
that
right.
Raver put in chat.
Yeah.
So can I put it back? In?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So you're using the other half of your movement to mount up.
Get back up.
Yes, I would
Right
like
on.
to.
Get
And then-
on your feet.
I'm not. Actually, you know what?
So now you've got your mounts movement to use.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the
Oh, the trample thing.
trample thing on
Nice.
him and him. I'm still
Good
within
call.
range, so no opportunity attacks. I don't think.
All right.
So let's see what happens there.
All right. Cool.
So 2
So
dex
2 dex
saves.
saves.
Oh, that's the wrong thing. Where are they? Footman. There's one. Your deck save. All right. A 15 and 12. They both
Nice.
failed.
All right, get out of here. Doesn't even really matter because I get advantage anyway, but just to
Just for fun.
Well, it
Yeah,
wastes their
why
movement
not?
if you wanted to leave.
True.
Yeah.
So and I'm taking my lance. I'm focused on the roper.
All right.
So I'm. What
Yeah,
what weapon
guy's
is he
about-
using? That weird.
A barbed spear. Or
yeah.
a
Oh,
barbed
not anymore.
javelin.
Now he's got a short sword because his javelin's down on the ground over there. He
Oh,
dropped it.
I'm gonna go get that. I think.
Well, then I am going
I
to
like
just
javelins.
thrust my lance into. I'm gonna try and get his right shoulder.
All right.
Don't even care.
Get up, make it happen.
Do it.
Nice. So that's a 23
23 will hit.
for. Oh, sure, we'll take the damage. Nice. 12 piercing damage.
All right. You miss his right shoulder as he turns out of the way, and you drive your lance through his left shoulder and straight through his heart.
Oh god.
Turns out 12 damage means he's immune to death. So that's really. He's got a really
Alright.
very specific immunity.
Command point.
All right, and that puts us at the footmen, who each pull themselves back to their feet yet again. They're getting real tired of this.
Come at me!
Oh.
I'm back up.
Esper!
They're hitting me.
Victory!
Get on
All right,
your
the first
feet.
has a 22 to hit, and the second has a 13.
Okay, so
It's
I'll
the
take that
22 slashes into you for 10 slashing damage.
Okay, I won't
Oh,
do that.
so Esper takes it.
You wanna make a
Yeah,
reroll?
Asper's gonna take it.
Oh, Esper's gonna take it? Alright.
So Esper's still up.
Just get 1
With
HP.
1 HP.
And he
Not a
is
girl.
dead. I didn't know.
Girl? Boy.
Esper's a girl.
Alright, Esteem.
We'll find out.
Well, I've mourned the loss
what?
of my
Hey, Drew,
companion.
can you not say creepy?
For what it's worth, he took 12 bludgeoning damage, and it's all broken now.
Oh.
Poor crawling claw.
Oh.
And I think I'll just chill touch that archer in the back there.
So it's
Alright.
just
It's a 17 on the die for 22 total, and 2 more necrotic damage.
2 more necrotic
Boom.
damage. All right, nice.
You know, apparently that 2 damage necrotic is really potent stuff.
It can do stuff.
All right, this archer's gonna go take his one. Actually, he already
Just in
took
case
one,
your purple
but he's gonna take
don't
another.
work.
He's gonna fire it right.
I'll
at
lend you my
Thaddeus'
blue.
critical hit on the horse.
Oh.
And that's gonna be with his overdraw ability.
Forgot to do that.
18 piercing damage.
Horse is down.
All right, it pierces
Golly.
straight through the horse's skull as it
Oh.
drops.
My
to the
grind
ground.
doesn't get saved.
Oh, you bought yours as character creation
I
too,
did.
didn't you? All right, never mind. It pierces straight right above the shoulder.
The left shoulder?
Oh,
Oh man, we were close.
shoulder.
It almost
It's very close. It's very close.
could have been bad. I mean, it's bad.
And
roll
that's
to the
his turn. The other one there. So as it drops, you're gonna drop prone.
Yeah.
On top of
Okay.
it, he reaches down and he grabs the girl by the hair and just starts dragging her.
Oh.
So he goes 1, 2.
3. Next turn, he will be out of
I'm
sight.
gonna opportunity attack it.
Disadvantage?
Uh huh. I got a crit you and 18.
18 will hit.
I'll get him. Wish I still had smites, but I don't. But take 8 damage,
8
sir.
damage, all right. So yeah, as you plunge your javelin up at him, as you roll into the snow flying up into the air, you stab into his upper left thigh, and he goes, kill you for that! And he keeps going with the girl in tow.
Tried that already.
He says, "Come on, you little!" And he keeps moving. Yoi.
You want to get up in here and do a thing?
Yeah, I feel kind of.
Useless.
Said the blight.
Said the blight. Who hasn't done anything?
Welcome to my
I
world.
think you killed that guy who was
Yeah,
running
this
off
time.
with the
This
chick,
time,
I
this time
guess-
we've done some stuff.
and you broke the
Step of
concentration
the
of the other
wind.
person.
2 points in a cross.
Step of the wind. Oh right, for the extra. Nope. Oh, get up in there.
So should I punch him?
You should punch him.
Punch
Well, I guess you can
him.
only axe him because you've already used
Yeah, I
your bonus
used my
action.
bonus to yet.
But you should totally axe him.
What are you axing him?
I don't know. I just run up and I punch him.
An axiom.
I was almost a 16, but like
Aw.
3. So I missed.
Redo
Alright.
that, please.
There you go.
Oh, sure, you let her get raided. I'm over here going, miss.
Yeah,
Miss.
but yeah,
Yeah, I only just one hit.
you were
11.
fighting that
11
one
also will not hit.
zombie dwarf.
Great.
We left him in the
All right,
dust.
Thaddeus.
Well, I'm gonna get up from where I was.
I tried.
which would be this square, so then I can go 1, and then I guess I'll be in her square, but she's like prone.
Right, yeah.
So, so as I'll kill you for that. You tried that, and then I'm gonna get up and just haul myself
right.
over towards him for a 14 to hit.
Exactly what you needed. Alright,
Cool.
let's see if that damage can be as lucky.
It was cocked, so well then that's a 9.
Oh, very
Damage.
close. You
That's
plunge
the
your
best I
javelin
can do,
forward.
Colby. It's only a
He
D6.
stumbles backwards, Osborne.
And I don't have dueling.
Osborne
Shoot him!
is.
Shoot him! Shoot him!
Come on.
No,
He
I'm
said
gonna
it was
miss.
Hero.
He said
Move
So
up
I'm gonna
and
move
shoot
up.
him.
I'm gonna move up all the way up to those orcs, pretty much. I begin shaking off the twigs and stuff, and begin to go shorter and shorter and shorter and
drop it
shorter and shorter, back to what originally looks like Osborne Underthorn, and then I go enough, and I twist my hands like this, and then spikes begin to grow and entangle his feet.
Oh, so entangled?
So he has to roll a save DC.
See, I didn't know whether he was
A
doing
strength save.
spike growth.
A strength check. Entangle.
Check, where is mine?
Nelson, that won't work on him.
Alright. Strength check.
He's rats.
Wow. 21.
Nice.
Son of a gun.
Alright,
this
spikes start spikes start wrapping around him.
That's
And
how you said this whole
he
week.
takes his bladed bow and starts tearing through the spikes.
The area
Alright,
is still
Conrad.
difficult terrain, right?
No, that one did not do spike growth. I did entangle.
Oh.
Sorry, I said it incorrectly.
I thought it was difficult terrain for him.
Then all of you would have
That
been in
makes sense.
difficult terrain.
I don't care. I'm already on top of him.
Okay, so I am gonna try and hit the footman. Which one is the
Makes
one
sense.
that is
Damaged.
damaged, I guess?
That would be the. Oh, I'm sorry. One of them Should be dead.
Oh, great.
Well then
Yes,
kill
he
that
has
one.
0 HP, but I
That's
never
good.
took him off. I don't know what that was. Alright, so it's just the other one.
Good. You know what? I'm gonna
God, pretzel with the
deck
info.
save.
I thought so. I thought I recognized that as a thing from.
It only makes difficult terrain if they fail.
What is? Let me see.
Wait, no. It is difficult terrain, and a 20-foot square.
Alright, there we go. Was that pretzel bread?
Yeah, thank you,
All right.
pretzel.
Thank you,
Thank
pretzel
you.
bread.
So
We
have
appreciate you.
him, have the footman
You're
make a deck
small.
save. I'm
Make a
doing.
deck save?
I'm trampling over him.
Alright, and he got a 7.
Boom! Get out of here, and I'm gonna take that opportunity attack.
Alright,
I just
at disadvantage.
Yep.
And, it would have been a crit, but he got an 11 because it was disadvantage. So, yeah, out of there.
We alright. We're
10,
still alive.
15,
He swings up, just
20.
barely missing your Hoofy's wound on its stomach.
Yeah, you were there.
All right, 70.
Stab him.
And I'm stabbing him
All
with
right.
my lance.
That dude is dead. Even if he leaves, he gets 3 opportunity attacks, one of which is at advantage.
There it is. So that's a 24
Oh!
with
Everyone's
13
playing.
damage.
Yes.
13 damage!
Thank
nice!
you, Aaron.
Riding him
Aaron.
down, you
Aaron.
plunge your lance
Thank you
into
for
him.
rolling.
And the orcs are
I wish
vanquished.
I wasn't doing 4 and like he was in the first day.
We did it.
Boom! Alright.
Get on your feet.
Can I? Yeah, I don't actually have any skill in medicine, so I guess I will attempt to stabilize my horse. Oh, I guess the horse should make a thing. It failed to save. I'm gonna attempt to stabilize the horse. I crit the attempt to stabilize
Alright,
the
the
horse.
horse back up with 1 HP.
Thank you, horse.
Yay!
Alright, so I mount up. Well, I'm gonna help the girl up first.
Who has the least amount of health?
Heather's
She
assistant.
dusts off her snow and she says,
Did
I'll
some of you
ask
get
you to
hit?
not touch me, sir. Mama says I'm a lady.
Oh God. Okay.
Oh no!
I beg your pardon, princess. We've come to your rescue.
He's going back. He's going back. Booster.
Now, if and you don't mind, will you help me up onto your horse?
I forgot the doors.
I put her up on the horse.
The dwarves are southern.
Yeah,
She gets up.
Yeah.
They have American
Yes.
accents,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
Cordaldros ones are usually deep southern. And so she gets up
They're
on
from
the
the
horse.
deep
And
south.
she was
Molasses.
So she
Molasses.
hops up onto the she hops up onto the horse with your help, and she says,
Well, sir, I thank you kindly for saving me. Though I could have gotten out myself, I think.
I'm afraid, princess, that the rest of your escort will not be rejoining you.
Well, tell them they have to. Mom says they're not to leave my side.
I'm afraid that they're not able to rejoin.
Hey,
Well,
Well,
Mom says they better do their best.
do you think that you perhaps could, she misses them?
Oh.
What did you just see, Maya?
Maybe a little.
Well,
I understand. It's all right. We're going to take you back to see her as soon as we can.
you're gonna be my escort now.
That's correct.
Oh, well, that's mighty kind of you. What about
No.
what about Danek?
Is Danek the one who's?
I don't know.
I swear to God, if Danik is the one that was on me for 90% of that
which
fight.
was Danek?
she looks around, and she sees the one that was on you for 90% of the fight. And she looks over, and she just covers her mouth, and you can see she just breaks down fully into tears.
I
Sorry, princess.
walk over to her, and I feel kind of bad.
I don't.
So I
Not one bit. Not
I
one bit.
pull out the axe that I found, and I hold it
Oh,
like this,
fair.
and I say,
That probably was his.
if this is yours, you may have it back.
Well, this weren't mine, but it was Danek's. Yeah, he killed an orc. What was after us with it?
That's mighty impressive of him. Perhaps this axe will, with Danek's soul, will be into it, and I shall use it to help protect you.
Her eyes widen and she says, "You think that can happen?"
The black works in mysterious ways, and if he is needed, he may.
Pardon, what's the black?
That we had a bonding moment over there.
I explained to her that the black.
It's a surface folk superstition.
The black is a religion my people and others find comforting. It's used as a way to show that not all death is meaningless and evil. It can be used to heal the world. Much as a mushroom grows on a dead body, there is life and death, and there is purpose and meaning.
Yes, it's very, very complicated. Are your wounds fatal?
No, sir. But I'm afraid, lady, that ain't the way it works. See, Arnholt guides us all. He's the one what leads us into the afterlife.
Arnold!
And I smile to her. I'm a very, forgiving person. And I just sort of say, aye, that is what your people believe.
Well, man, I have to say, you're being mighty rude. I do declare.
That's how Southern people talk.
She is steeped in the superstitions of the old faith of the surface.
Oh, I understand. Mama said I'm not supposed to trust surface.
Well, then find your own escort.
I
And I take
think-
that axe badge and put it
Oh man!
Wow, yeah, take that,
Sassy.
distraught, probably emotionally traumatized 8-year-old.
Miss Escort, I asked that you put a spear in her, please.
He would do
Alright,
it.
yeah, okay.
Sure, yeah.
I'm afraid that she may indeed prove useful. I would ask that you give her blasphemy of the rudeness, return the axe immediately.
I drop it on the ground.
Return the axe, you don't know who that is.
And I walk away.
Oh!
Snap.
Speaking of inspiration,
You got a copper card!
I got a platinum
A platinum card.
I collected
Ooh.
four
One that you
inspiration points
recognize,
between the
yeah.
last two
What is your
episodes, and so I pulled a platinum card. The title is Blaze of Glory.
Oh,
Vigrin.
Oh no.
You gain damage
Brandon
resistance
remembers.
to all damage, expertise on all attack rolls,
Why are you
and
telling us this
advantage
now?
on all saving throws. However, you
Why?
die at the end of the encounter.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's a blaze of
Alright, so later on,
I
you might be
will-
able to go out in a blaze of glory.
I will retrieve the axe and hand it to her, and I would also like to go and retrieve that barbed javelin.
Yeah,
with the rope wound around
mechanically it would be
it.
just a regular javelin unless you could invest a feat to learn the fighting style that he used to wield it in that
I
manner.
might. That's interesting.
But yeah, otherwise it just functions as a regular javelin.
Would it be a javelin that I could put back after I threw it?
I mean, any
'Cause it's-
javelin. You
Because
could.
it's tied.
Giving
Well,
the
it's tied to the rope thing.
Oh,
So if I
yeah,
threw
yeah.
it,
It's
could I
just
just
hooked
yank it
onto
back?
a rope. You could yank it back, but like it wouldn't tear out of someone's body,
Ooh,
so
jeez.
it wouldn't be useful inside,
way.
yeah,
Okay.
in like combat unless you invested a feat.
Right, I probably will, because that's cool.
All right, sounds good.
UI, tell me, how old are you?
Me?
Yeah, your name is UI.
I wasn't listening.
Well, now
I was
she-
busy being rude to a traumatized child.
Tell me when you look it up.
I'm 300 years old.
Really? That is baffling.
Yeah, well,
Inspiration.
you know, she was rude, and I was nice
I have
to
no
her,
concept
so-
of different lifetimes.
As you're sitting on the horse with her, she says,
Well, sir, my name is Young Mother Baruha, daughter to Marzin.
The Varuha?
Baruha.
Baruha.
Baruba,
Got it.
Jamaica.
No,
I'm sure I don't have to tell you how important Marzin is in Cold Abra.
You do not.
Good.
Good. Good.
And you can see it like, though she's only 8 years old, the way she conducts herself and speaks
Yeah.
is very much that of a proper noble
It's
lady of
obnoxious.
the set.
Deeply,
Yeah.
terribly obnoxious.
Milady Baruha, where can we escort you?
Well, as it turns out, my people were headed up to Crowry's Pass.
It's fortunate that we crossed paths. Perhaps it was ordained by Lorimier.
Oh, good.
And who's Laura Meehan, sir?
Oh boy.
Another superstition.
Silly
Oh,
superstition
nice.
of the
Oh,
love of
man.
Yeah, I wanted to say it too. We say it together.
Alright.
It is the name that
I was
surface people
drinking,
have
so I was gonna
for
say it right
Bright,
when you said
the guiding lord. I think they call him Thale or something?
No, Thal's somebody entirely
Oh
different.
no,
I,
they have the third one in the Dwarven faith.
Thale.
Who's like is it?
Yeah,
Thale?
but he's something entirely
Oh.
I lean over to her and I say, but he is wrong because you
She's
explained
probably
it
not
earlier.
listening to you at all.
Well, it sounds like you're a bunch of silly people what believe a lot of silly things.
We are.
Well, I would request that kindly that you escort me to Quarry's Pass, as my gods no longer find themselves of a mind to do so.
Yes, ma'am.
Would you like anything of their belongings to take back?
She's got a pretty cool axe now.
No, sir, this will do me fine.
And she holds up the axe and she says,
Booster.
Dennick
Bowl.
always did say it was about my size.
The orcs there, I guess I have no qualms about stripping them for loot. So were they carrying
Yeah,
anything
sure.
for loot?
well, let's find out.
Ooh, I'm good at
Please
investigating.
roll the loot die. It turns out they were carrying spell books.
I hope they're not D12s. Still don't have.
Well, as it turns out. If I can find where I put my paper.
Sure, I got him this time.
Yeah.
There we go.
I
Alright,
remember
you've
it.
got your D12s?
I do. Brandon does as well.
Boosted. I think he was right by now.
Nope.
Well, I did have.
I will not be looting the guards.
I found it. Okay.
Some of the more mercenary
What?
companions might do so, but
All
others
right.
will not.
So,
Yo.
the orcs. Who are you looting first?
The cleric.
The
The
cleric.
greatest
The
cleric.
cleric.
All right.
That
Roll
was
me a
my kill.
D12.
That's my kill.
Ooh, 6.
Putting that
A
up
6. All right. Roll me a D4.
4. 3.
All right. He has 3 days of dried meat rations. They are some kind of large lizard's meat.
Oh,
Interesting.
cool.
That's
there.
fine.
Weird.
I don't have any qualms about eating them.
Sticky.
Alright, so the roper, in addition to his weird weapon,
All
I
right.
guess.
That'd be a D12.
Brandon?
There's a 5.
5. Roll me a D4.
Okay, do. And that is a 4.
He has 4 days worth of the same dried rations.
Okay.
Alright, and then the archers, I guess, that are right here.
The archers, okay. Go me ahead. Roll me 2d12.
Go me hit.
Alright,
Go me ahead.
Go me ahead. 5 and 11.
All right. The 5 is D4 dried meat rations.
Okay.
The 11.
Hang on, let's say 2. Okay.
The 11 roll me 4d6.
Okay.
4.
You have a chance for some cool stuff on some of
5,
these.
5, 5, 5.
20. So you find a tattered leather coin purse containing 14 king's copper pieces.
What?
So 14 copper.
Yeah.
They
But
was broke.
specifically, they're of Thermicath.
Oh.
So that's like a
So
gold
it's like
some change.
no, it's
It's
like a
silver
silver and
and
change.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
10,
right,
10
right.
copper to the silver.
All right.
So that was one archer or both?
That was both archers, the 5 and the
So
11.
then how many footmen?
Oh, also, by the
No,
way,
I'm
I didn't
gonna
mention
loot
this.
Danik.
Each of the archers also has 2 daggers, a longbow, a quiver with 20 arrows, leather armor, and then what you roll.
Yeah.
I
And-
block
yeah.
him.
But none of
The
those
spellcaster
poison, but none of those
has
poison
Yes.
stuff?
A dagger,
I'm on your
3
side.
poison vials,
Ooh.
Whoa.
and the d12 you rolled. The roper had 2 daggers. He had that. I guess it's really more of a harpoon, that javelin.
Yeah.
He had the and that is a special kind of javelin, but again, it only functions differently with the feet. He had a short sword, studded leather armor, and what you roll. And then there's the 3 footmen.
Footman.
And
Never felt so
yeah,
useless
that
in my
one.
life in a
All right.
D&D fight.
So you can roll d12 for each of them.
12, 4, and 10.
Last time.
Ooh. So 12. One of them was carrying a +1 steel short sword.
What?
All right. The
Hey, wait!
4
I'm doing Danik. I'm looting Danik.
All right.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on.
Okay, yeah.
Goodness.
All right.
Y'all can loot dwarves in a
The
second.
12,
That is
12
interesting.
4, and 1.
12, 4, and 10.
12, 4, and 10. Okay.
Nice.
Roll me 4d6.
Got it. Oh, poopy. 8, 11.
He had 11 copper pieces on him
Okay.
in a leather coin purse. And then the
From
one,
Thermicath
he had
again?
D8 days hard track rations. And yeah, from Thermicath.
The 4.
He also had, each of them also had short sword, chainmail, and shield.
D8 for rations.
D8 for ration.
No.
Yep.
It's just having
3.
Okay.
Alright. And then you wanted to loot the dwarf?
Yeah,
I do.
and I'm blocking I'm sort of like keeping the little girl distracted. I'm
Alright.
asking her about her hometown
Yeah,
and
stripping him
stuff.
down. Okay, so roll me d12.
There's 2.
11.
11?
Almost a 12,
Yep.
dude. That would have been great.
All right. He had roll me 3d4.
Six.
He had 6 iron trade bars.
What?
Nice.
Whoa. What
And,
about the
yeah,
other
What is a
dwarf?
trade iron trade bars equivalent in?
Oh man, I thought I wrote that down today. I didn't. I'll look that up for you later.
Yeah.
I can't remember off the top of my
Write
head.
down whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then the other one?
The other dwarf?
Yep. 12.
Oh, 12. All right, that dwarf had a +1 spear.
Oh,
Nice.
neat.
I guess I'll. You want it or should I grab it?
I don't really do spears. I can use them, but
I'll grab it then, because you're not going to use it.
No.
It's like a javelin.
You toss it over.
Yeah.
Fine make.
It is dwarven make, yeah.
I can make use of this.
do you
Alright.
mind using
Now I
that?
should specify that the sword and the spear, neither of them are magical. They're just +1,
They're just
like
+1.
masterwork weapons.
Yeah.
Oh, +1, so only the damage.
No,
No damage
It's
and
+1/+1.
It
It's
won't
just.
be a magic.
It's not magical for overcoming resistances
Yeah.
or for being detected with magic.
But if it's classified as masterwork, it's only +1 to damage, right?
Yes.
So
so
this
this
is in 3.5, but in for our purposes, it's +1 to both.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have no. I didn't really notice where he grabbed it. I notice it's a dwarven spear and go,
You're welcome.
I suppose it belongs in the hand of a dwarf.
The girl looks down or looks up at you, I guess, because you're both on the horse at this point. She says,
It suits you finely.
Thank you. I will wield it in your defense.
Should we put them to rest somehow? I know not dwarven culture.
The green will take them.
The green will not be taking anything from nobody. According to our culture, a dwarf comes from the stone, and to thusly he must return. Magris brought us up from the ground, and Arnholt breathed life into us with his spirits. And so, we must return to the ground when we are killed.
My lady, as you can see, they are on the ground. We have done our work.
Start
That's
digging
so
a hole
good.
now.
It shall be
After
done.
you, my lady.
Thusly.
Oh.
She rises from the horse and she takes off her
He is
gloves.
a savage from Fellahop.
I can certainly see he's a savage if you treat a lady that way from where you come.
And you, fellow, mind your tongue.
No, I have a broom. I don't have a shovel. So.
Your sorcery will not.
Do we have a shovel?
Surely.
Do we have any?
I'm sure somebody has a shovel,
Did
right?
Did any
Negative.
adventurers bring a shovel?
Yes,
I brought
this
a broom.
adventurer has a shovel.
I brought a broom.
You might
The
know anyone like
grave
them.
tender doesn't have a shovel?
Dig.
She
I,
tends, not digs.
I have
yeah.
a Dungeoneer's pad.
She's a
Will I
guy
have a
who does
shovel?
that. I have a shovel.
Oh, I do have a shovel.
Oh, there you go. All right, so a couple of you have shovels. Well, pretty quickly you managed to dig holes and bury
know.
the bodies.
Well, while they're doing that, I'll cast Find Familiar's Ritual and get my buddy back.
All
Yeah,
right,
I'll
nice.
help you with your hand thing.
Nice.
He crawls back up
She'll
out
give
of
you
the
a
ground. He sort of
She'll give
starts
you your hand.
where he was laying. He starts shaking, and you see Barnaby sniffing him. And as he starts to shake, he leaps back up, and Barnaby starts chasing him around in circles.
Is this good enough, my lady?
That'll do finely.
So much smart.
Would you like to say a few words, or should we carry on?
We can carry on. I'm sure Max will take care of it.
As everyone leaves, I put my staff on the ground and go, "The green shall take you." I pick up my staff and begin to walk.
Alright.
I'm sorry you had to fight this way.
With that, are we returning to the caravan?
I suppose so.
Alright. Back to the caravan, you see Adalbert sitting atop, and he's talking to Archie, who's sitting next to him. He sees you coming and says, "Hello, friends!
Boy.
Good to see you again. Are you ready to continue?" Oh, what is that you've got there?
This is the Princess Baruha of House Malzin.
Tell Cantos we have a dwarf.
Baruha to Marzin. Cantos!
Candace is like, what we?
Candace comes
Oh
up.
no!
And he sees the dwarf and he goes,
My lord, Lorimir on high. I never thought I'd see a female dwarf with my own eyes. Well,
he bows his head and he says,
this is an honor. As it turns out, against my better counsel, we are going to see your people. Perhaps you'll find a home there.
She says, more than a home, sir. In Crowry's Pass, I am to become the new matriarch.
Whoa.
She says,
I don't say that out loud. That was out of character.
my sister Tanda has fallen ill, you see.
Oh. What's happened?
I know not. We simply received word, and so my mother sent me to go learn to train in her stead.
But she is there now.
She was there when I received the letter. I know not what befalls her at this point.
I wish you a more hopeful reign than your sister.
My reign shall be glorious and long.
I'm sure it will. Is there anything we can do to help your sister?
Perhaps. It depends on what's ailing her. The light does give me some power to remove illnesses.
Well, I hope then that you shall use that power wisely.
I hope I will too.
So, Cantos,
Were
Adalbert.
you watching me here? That I was looking right at you when I said that?
No, I was thinking about that I have eye sand and I could just throw it at
Why? That's so wild.
Well, I was looking right at you when I said
was-
I hope I
I
use
was
my
looking
healing
for
power
things that I
lightly.
could do to
That's
help
so random.
the situation, and I came across eye sand, and I was like, that wouldn't help, but it'd be funny.
That'd be good
To throw at the
for 2
child.
seconds.
It would suck for a while to have just a bunch of sand thrown
I'm
directly
sorry,
in your
I'm
eyes.
sorry.
Can you tell us where Rickard is?
Oh, you're talking Cantos and Adalbert?
The new apothecary
Yeah,
person.
Adalbert says, well, when last I saw him, he was tending to one of the men who was complaining loudly about a hole in his boot. Rickard continuously told him that there was nothing that medicine could do for a hole in the boot. And the man then yelled at him, saying, if there's nothing your medicine can do, then what good are you? And Rickard said, well, sir, that's not how medicine works. And then the man slapped him. And so since then, I believe Rickard's been hiding from that man. So here he comes now, and you see the man going, when I find that little brat, I'm gonna slap him silly!
You're going to do what?
I said I'm gonna slap the brat silly!
Why?
Well, he won't give me no medicine!
Sounds like you typical
Well, my
interaction
foot
with
hurts.
another human.
Because
Well, look at it! And he lifts up his shoe, and there's a hole in his boot.
you want a medicine that kills a hole in the boot.
Well, I want him to put something on my foot.
Would you ask him to do such a thing? Or did
Well,
you
I
play
said I had a hole in my boot.
I would like you to adjust your tone, sir, when speaking to a silencer.
Roll an intimidation check.
Yeah, it wasn't great. It was a 12.
Right, now I'm gonna be scared of one of you little chaps.
I'm on a horse.
He's looking up at you. Right, now I'm gonna be scared of one of you little chaps.
Sir,
If there's
give
someone-
me your boot.
Takes off his boot and he hands it to you.
I look him in the eye. I grab snow from the ground and I pack it. That'll do for a good 2 seconds.
Roll an intimidation check.
I was gonna sew it, but
A boot?
I guess that's
Don't
okay.
do the job.
That would be a 21.
Oh, there you go.
He takes the boot.
I mean, he's really freaked out by
looks up at you and he
snow.
says,
It's a patch.
Oh.
It'll work.
Does that work?
that'll do fine, sir.
Good.
Pulls on his boot.
Go away.
On your way.
Fits like a glove.
When
and
he
walks
starts to
away.
walk away, I sort of like probably shouldn't leave it in there. It'll give you frostbite and your toes will fall off.
Uh-huh.
Your heel will fall off.
And he walks away. You see that there's several people packed with blankets and cloaks, shivering.
I
and
have 2 blankets.
you see
We
Rickard
wheeled one each.
pop up. Rickard pops up from behind a carriage and he says,
Blanket.
"Is he gone? Oh, thank God. Oh, that fellow was well, I thought he. Thank you."
Very very brave of you to slap a man with that disposition.
Oh no, I believe you misunderstood. He slapped me, and he shows you like this red spot on his cheek.
Oh.
Yeah. For not
You were
giving
probably
medicine
kinder
first.
to the man than he deserved, to be honest.
I was, but there's only one way to get rid of him.
Kanto says, we're all cranky in this weather. We need to reach Crowley's Pass soon. It's only 7 days further.
Were you all able to tend to the wounded that were here?
Yes, we were.
with Rickard's help. And Rickard says, yes, I was able to assist quite a few, quite a lot in fact, and we managed to take care of them. Unfortunately, there's not much I can do for the cold, but I do have a salve that helps trick the body into thinking it's warmer, and so I was able to give that to some. Unfortunately, I was only able to give it to some. I didn't have very much of it. I wish there was more I could do, I'm afraid.
Well, you did what you could, and very well done, Rickard. Is there any way that we could procure some more equipment for you?
Well, I suppose. He says, I did spy down that direction, and he points off in one direction. He says, it seems to be kind of the direction that the other boot steps were going.
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah.
And he says, I did spy down that way. Quite a lot of bushes with berries and things. Those sorts of things are quite useful to me.
How quickly can you gather them?
Fairly quickly, I suppose. It depends on how spread out they are and how many there are. And, oh, Barnaby, there's where you are. And Barnaby comes running up to him with the crawling claw in his mouth and climbs up and sits on his shoulder. Oh, come now, Barnaby, that's not yours. Come, get. And he tosses the crawling claw towards you, and Barnaby goes.
Thank you, I suppose.
And he says, I'm sorry about that. He's a playful chap, he is.
That he is.
I think I might help you grab some of those berries.
Oh, good. I would appreciate that, in fact.
Aye. But point in which way I might go.
Right that way. We should go. Now I believe the people are getting restless.
Aye.
And Cantor says,
I believe we're going to move on there. The longer we stay, the more the cold sets in. We shall move on. But you know the way to Clary's Pass.
I'm assuming, I mean, you do.
Yeah.
So, he says,
I'll help you get some berries as well.
Let me mark it on your map.
yeah, he puts a little, you hit B and map comes up, shows up. But he says,
I'm sure you'll run into us soon. The 5 of you on foot can move, well, 6 of you including our good man Aaron Rickard here. He says, the 6 of you on foot will move much faster than our full column.
He says,
I would ask that you place the princess with you in the center of the column, where she will be safest.
she says, I demand to be put back in my carriage. And he says,
And we fix the carriages.
he nods and he says,
Yes, we did. Luckily, Stefan, our cartwright, was able to fix them.
and Albert says, of course my lady will make sure that you are well taken care of in your carriage. I myself will ride with you to ensure your protection.
What a gentleman.
She says, oh, well, thank you kindly, sir. She sort of blushes a little bit.
I give him a grateful smile. Thank you so much for taking this away from me.
I just kind of go up, grab him by the shoulder, and kind of whisper in his ear, "Thank you, Adalbert, for playing along."
He sort of elbows you and he says, don't thank me. Looks like someone's getting a free carriage ride.
Don't have to walk.
Not only that, you might be her right-hand man.
Dwarves don't have that.
All right.
Guess
Adalbert
you're
loads
right.
up in the carriage and he sort of goes, well, have fun picking berries. And he closes the door and the driver spurs the carriage onward.
We need some rest anyway. So we go to the south to pick some more berries.
All right.
We do indeed.
Headed south, towards the direction he pointed, you find yourselves where there's several different bushes and trees. And as you're walking through the wooded hills, he's starting to pick some berries, and you are startled by rowdy laughs.
Oh boy.
Yeah, as you move forward, just stealthily, you can see through the trees down in basically you're in this sort of hilly terrain, and then down at the base of the hill, you see that a dozen orcs have set up camp in a small clearing about up down that hill. They're cheerfully bragging about their latest exploits, even though they appear to be relaxing. You can tell they're ready to draw their weapons at the slightest sign of danger.
So, what do they look like weapons-wise?
You see, let me pull it up. But you can hear while I wait on getting that information for you. You can hear one blurt out,
Black spirits! What's taking so long? She's just a little thing. They ought to be back by now.
And then you hear the other say,
Garag will find her, and when he does, we'll show the girl to Zonag, and he's sure to make us
Do they
kings
have
of
a
the new world.
Do they have a bonfire basically in the?
they have a fire, but it's just a campfire. It's not like a full bonfire.
So they're burning wood.
They are burning wood.
I immediately twist my hand as spikes begin to grow up and start taking over their
notice?
ankles and their.
What's that?
Do they notice?
Why would they not if spikes are beginning?
I don't know.
You
Because
see-
they're disguised on natural terrain, and so
You see that, well, are you doing spike growth?
I am doing spike growth.
Okay.
because am I wrong on that? I think it's
No,
disguised.
yeah,
as
it's
natural.
disguised
It's
as natural.
Camouflage
that
to look natural.
One
Yeah.
of them is holding a large broadsword.
They have to take a perception check to see
One
it.
of them has a short sword, or two of them have short. Three of them have swords. Four of them have. How many?
Okay,
Four
good.
have short swords.
Lots of melee.
Then
Excellent.
there are
They're
three
gonna have a rough
wounded
time.
ones, and each like they look to already be wounded by different spear wounds.
Right,
They're all armed with short swords as well. You see 3 or 4 with large, like full-length longbows, not like the serpent archers have been using, but full-length longbows.
ones. Yeah, cool.
Enraged by them burning my brothers and sisters, I immediately just twist my hand,
Oh,
and you see the vines become coming down in from the shrubs and from the trees and begin to crawl slowly towards them.
But it's slow enough to where they might not notice.
They might not notice. Yeah.
Roll me a sleight of hand.
Using spellcasting?
Wisdom.
Cool.
Yeah,
Are you
wisdom,
proficient in
sleight
sleight of hand?
What?
No. So just a
Yeah.
flat wisdom check. So
I get a
+3.
+1 in sleight of hand though.
Well, yeah, but that's not a proficiency.
Okay.
1 second.
Hey, nat 20!
Man, they are
High
the bloody tactical.
vines go creeping slowly towards them. They don't seem to have noticed.
What was that?
What?
Well, I heard,
Sorry,
I heard
you
I heard-
looked and I was like, what?
I heard you say something under your breath and move your hand, so I said, what was that?
They dare not touch the green with their foul magics and their fire.
So you're conjuring them with more foul magic, is that what you're doing?
It depends on your meaning of foul. Hey, get away from us!
All right. And with that, you see a longbow stand up and say,
What? Who's it like?
Get down.
A halfling? Kill him! Capture him! Bring him down!
Prone right now.
roll for initiative.
Get
And that's where we'll take our break.
Wait, we gotta do the plug.
Oh. Oh yeah, make sure to also while we're on break, we're gonna we're gonna be on break for about 10 minutes. So make sure you check out their Instagram. The people who are sponsoring us are Critical Hit Collectibles. So check out their Instagram. It's Critical Hit Collectibles CHC on Instagram. Their Twitter is Critical Hits, I believe. And then also their website is www.criticalhits.com. Make sure to check out their new products. They got some really cool collectibles.com. Make sure to check out their really cool new products, like all the metal dice that you could possibly dream of.
Good stuff.
Because I really want all of them. But yeah, let's go ahead and take our break.
All right. Also, one more thing before we do take our break. One more shameless plug. If you would like a chance to play in a game with one of us or all of us even at Dallas Fan Days coming up here in October.
Yeah.
Haley's getting us the dates for that right now. We will be we'll all be involved in that. I'm one of the sub coordinators of the D&D event there, along with Crixus Cersei, who I believe is on our chat here. And at that event, Nick and I will be administrating an epic. Are we doing 2 epics or 1 this year? I can't remember.
It's me.
I can't remember. I think we're doing 1, but I'll let you know if we're doing 2. So we'll be administrating one of the Adventures League epics. Haley will be DMing for us, and we might have some of our other cast there too. Come on by and see us and have a great time at Dallas Fan Days on
October 20th through the 22nd.
All right.
There you go.
Thanks for watching. We'll be back in 10.